leading us to struggle in the latter stages of these tournaments. And I feel like we will get an answer by Sunday. I would be expecting Alliance to be in that final.
Yeah, I think that's the crazy thing, right? There's certain teams that we hold to such a high standard. And I think Alliance is one of those just because of what they've achieved in the region. Historically, they've always been a team who have made it through to finals. And there's been a few occasions they've been a team who have hit match point, but just not been able to convert or hit it a little bit too late. But we'll have to see if that game #1 is a good sign for them moving forward. Of course, a lot of Apex to be played before we even get near that final. And before we even talk about what is going to be happening a little bit later today, we've got some more matches to get through in these two groups matching up against each other, C and D. Match #2 is coming up in just a few moments' time as well. Back to Storm Point. Important it was for HAO to win that contest. They picked up a few more KP towards zones as well, so it's a good points on the board for them. And I think when you move into groups, if you've got a contest and you win it, it's guaranteed KP, right? It's guaranteed points, which means that you're always going to be in that shuffle.
Well, the dropship's loaded.
Are you sure?
From south to north, so
It's so hot in my room, bro. I can't wear a shirt. I sweat right through it.
Heroes and passion that you were speaking of, and then we'll
Why am I shirtless? It's so hot in my room, bro. I would sweat right through my shirt in like 2 minutes. It's like 86 degrees in my room right now.
Coming into the equation. Let's see how this one plays out.
Well, Hero's got some good early damage here. You're going to see a little bit of a change up, but it's going to be Artico.
You got good news to share. Are you pregnant?
With the flatline, he decides to flatten. Sandy now going to charge up the Peacekeeper. That choke is
I'm gonna get a job next year. Hey, that's what's up. Good for you, bro.
When you're looking at compositions here as well, Dan, something that you jumped out is a little bit of a change.
Yep, both of them running Pathfinder and Conduit. Now I can understand with this POI, you can get that high ground difference, so the Pathfinder's going to make a big change, but now Heroes, they're on the back foot, and this Pathfinder can also be useful to just get out of dodge, and you can really see Passion UA do not want to allow the to escape.
You like that, eh? That was funny.
Well, you know,
How many coconuts? Gotta be like 100k. Yeah.
You can grapple onto it. The other one is, if you're running Conduit as well, you can get out, you can get banners, and you can get back into the game. So, Passion, you would say, in my books, that's a 2-0 to them at the moment, but they do want to try, I think,
I gotta go to the GE.
This is our POI, and you can waste your time coming here.
I mean, I don't need to buy super combats yet, I guess.
HAO versus 07. This one is a little bit slower to start than the others because Checkpoint naturally has more areas to kind of drop to loot. You can split the difference a little bit, but of course, you can't afford to split it completely because there is just not enough loot, and that's why 07 are looking to try and
I guess I could just go fight the Cal fight.
Missiles are coming down.
Makes sense.
Test, right? You wonder who's got meds as well, who managed to find a few shield cells, and the longer the fight goes on, if you're doing chip damage, is one team going to be able to heal up, or they just going to have to full send it. For now, you can see that HAO are just playing in and around this building. The Nemesis is going to be a good gun to find alongside the Prowler for this contest, especially with white shields still relevant on both teams. Nobody's been able to get any Evo or level them up to a point where they're going to have an armor advantage. So the health on both teams is very, very similar. And the Rampage is going to be a good gun as well, just to hold them at bay.
All the meanwhile, everyone's starting to make their move across the map. You can see Complexity, Legend, they're also moving. We're going down towards Launchpad, by the way, as the kind of ideal place to reside right now, as now HAO are going to start to look for
go get a cannon.
07R, but maybe 07 just going to be dipping out of this one. Perhaps they feel like this has taken too long. Because remember, you've got Alliance just north of you here. If this goes on for too long, the third party becomes more and more likely.
Yeah, and trust me, these teams will know that as well. They will have the timings down. If this fight doesn't get finished by X amount of time, then Alliance would have finished their loot path, and they, like you say, will be on their way. However, Amphi's got to be careful here, because he's taking some shots from distance still from HAO. Always interesting to see the likes of Checkpoint being contested for this long as well, because there's not a huge amount of loot. It's not one of the strongest POIs that you do have available as well. But looks like both teams still want to try and fight for this. Elsewhere, Made in Heaven on your screens right now. Not a great game #1, but game #2 could be the one to put it right.
Yeah, it's Elevate as well. They're looking towards in the center of Jurassic here. Not a nice place to get caught, I would say, but you do have the cannons to try and get out of dodge. And the reason why we're seeing teams just kind of meet in these areas, you have the ability to get the scan, you have the ability to get that information as well via the Bloodhound. So now Elevate maybe can do some real damage onto the Trident here.
Trying to beat him on the crosshair, and it looks like they will get away. So Elevate will force them away. They'll be able to pick up the Evo Harvester. They might be able to pick up the ring console as well. And it looks like both teams have essentially collected all the Evo and info, and they're kind of deciding, hey, we both collect it, we're both happy.
Wait,
I
wait.
mean, Jurassic has both ring console and
Wait,
so
am I not?
you're able to not only get the circle info, but you can see where
tripping?
teams are going to be residing. And as I mentioned, Launchpad, a lot of teams are already there on that far eastern side, so there's not going to be much room to play. And that's when you start to think, all right, is it actually going to be heading towards Launchpad, or will we see a shift? Sometimes you have to just bank on a really weird zone shift if you're not able to get there early.
Interesting to see on one side of the
Where is?
zone if there are any ring consoles that could be hit late. Maybe it's going to be one of those third beacons that's going to be hit in and around Jurassic that we saw that could give a little bit of late zone info with a strange pull that could benefit one of the teams. But SSG are going to be one of the teams who naturally benefit from where this zone is going. They land over a launch pad. You can see they're already up on that extreme height, much like we saw Passion try to do over a Barometer as well.
But once more, the likes of Alliance are going to have to move from a pretty far distance, but they do have the same rotation. They can go through Checkpoint, they can hit the ring console, and then they can go through Jurassic as well if they wanted to, or even Cascade Falls. I like Northpad as a POI. Similarly to what happens on the northeastern side, you can do it from the northwest as well. You can hit ring console after ring console, survey beacon after survey beacon, to the point where you know where everyone is and you know which points are able to play. Now, SSG are going to be holding the high ground here, and I think they'll sit here for quite some time.
They certainly will indeed. I just noticed though that they don't have a huge amount of ammo in the longbow, which means that they're going to have to be, I would say, pretty particular on what targets they fire on. However, for
John, what's
a
up?
little bit less particular, and it's 07 who are
No sure shotted, bro. It's 86 degrees in my fucking room right now. I'm dying.
going to fight out a little bit, but Yuka flying off the trident will get that first kill.
You can always tell when it's one of the contesting
What's up, Johnny? Good brother.
Amphi has fallen, and Fnatic.
But this is the problem for both.
Chillin', Sean, if you're still here, boss.
Get slowed down. 07 will be eliminated. Fnatic, you see, Leica will be credited with that kill. So 3 KP for Fnatic, and now they decide, hey, Alliance, we don't really want a part of this. Let's go this way, you go that way, and we'll meet up a little bit later.
Yeah, it was almost like an apology, really. It was like, well, we didn't come here for you. You go on, and we'll actually just start to think about our rotation. We can have a little scrap later. But as a rat, when you are in that situation where you do have to run away, that's the ideal. You want to lead them into another team, but sadly, it was Alliance, and Alliance also had eyes on Nags. And now Alliance can continue their rotation. It's going to be the mill they're going to go for here, but you can see ring console is available for them if they would like to use it, if they need to use it, and they might have all the info they already need from a previous.
Alright.
We do have an Alliance listening ready for now. So let's jump into the comms to see how our game 1 winners are sounding.
What do I need again? I can't even remember. Fuck.
It's RFC contesting them, right?
It's How and 07.
Okay.
Yes. It's upgrade.
Deep launch pad here. We're probably gonna rotate the back north here.
Huh?
Yeah, all the way north, and then we go through the fucking hole as well.
I gotta get the valley.
Coming.
There's nobody north side, right? Yeah.
One second, man.
You can just go Cedo and then up north.
Yeah, just watch out. And then we balloon.
Oh, fuck.
Really watch out here, though.
Get the cash.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Continue on their rotation right now. TSM are finding a little bit more of a different one. Currently blue armor for them, and they're trying to force their way through the edge of zone. They will be safe just inside of this door, but they want to take another fight. They're probably going to be hoping it goes a bit better than last time we saw it.
Yeah, you'd hope so, and I think TSM, they are a team who hold themselves in very high regard, as Fury have just lost a couple of players there as well. Remember, it was Fury who were the demise of TSM in the previous
I'm gonna rip a toke, man.
Run into them this time, and it's going to be the far eastern side.
Gentlemen.
If a lot of the teams are committing to Launchpad, you are just kind of northeast of that. And that means you can A, pick up any pieces that might happen at the scraps when teams are arriving, but also we could see a zone shift up to here as well.
See Legend Gaming there taking a fight as well, and it's going to be against not Moist. I'm going to shorten it, by the way, just to Moist, just for the
That's
ease.
a really good idea,
just for
actually.
Ease of, you know, my throat, which is going to take a battering over the next 3 days. Player K on his back right now as SSG look to fire some shots down. Elsewhere, I just want to talk about how you said that Alliance and Fnatic had a little apology earlier on as they were chasing. Looks like they might actually engage this northern side of the map, so we might get part 2 of that. We'll have to see if the player is, if both teams will apologise to each other once more.
Yeah, I think Alliance and Fnatic knew they would be facing off against each other, but Legend just taking a knock. Boney gets a knock, but it should be a chance just to reset here for Legends. It's one of those where the damage has been done, but I don't think they're going to commit to it. As I say that, though, this scan does show a lot of aggression now coming out of Not Moist.
Well, they're trying to move in to clean up the damage, and they should be able to, but they can't quite get that first knock.
You get the substance in this, smoke him if you got him.
We'll do a bit more damage from the height to get that knock, and then
Close this door.
stops them having to worry about being sieged on this building a little bit later.
Where's the...
They still can't quite get that conversion.
Give me a sec.
That one's going to go out. It's going to force the team to just try and rotate away from under them by not getting that knock. Now you can see the problem, right? This is why it's annoying. This is why they want to try and flush them out. They get one knock, it means that later on they don't have to panic as much. In the meantime, there you noticed Furia were eliminated. So a good game one for them is not repeated here in game number 2.
You can see Not Moist aren't happy about this. They hold one of the better positions in the game right now, and they don't want to have to think about this squad below them. If they can take an isolated 3v3, they will, but they were concerned about stepping out because the area previously, they were very vulnerable to certain angles, and they could have taken extra damage from other squads, so they just have to go back in and reconsider things and maybe reassess whether they actually want to take the fight. Now, we talk about teams on a long journey. HAO are going to be the furthest out in the ring at the moment, utilizing the Replicator to get any extra meds on their way. But when HAO arrive, they're going to be running into Alliance and Fnatic, who are currently fighting, and Alliance have just lost one.
Yeah, this is not the apology that we expected to see. It's going to be Effect who goes down first, does have the gold knockdown shield, which is going to make things a little bit easier.
Oh, dude.
Good as well, but not good enough. Hackers has to pop the ult to get out of here, but surely this is the opening for HAO to come in, but Fnatic will stay pretty healthy.
Maybe they're not close enough, HAO, and because they're taking so much damage from the zone at the moment, you can see for Unlucky, he had no way of getting his meds back up. That's why he re-engaged and tried to do any extra damage before he went down. But Fnatic, they come out so healthy. A red and 2 purples. And do they have any idea? Yes, they see HAO are going to be taken to the skies, but can HAO get out and get above them? Looks like they are safe for now.
Safe for now.
Where do you go? This is interesting. Oh, I thought they were going to try and wrap all the way around, which I don't think is doable because of the Jurassic fence. So now you're stuck in a choke point here. You've got Passion to one side, you've got Fnatic to the other. HAO are going to really have to...
Revanced? What's that?
TSM have managed to slide their way into Northpad underneath in one of the tunnels that separates the fingers that spread out from the POI itself. Elevator going to be next door to them as well. So both teams from North America are going to be in very, very similar positions. You can see from that Bloodhound scan that, what do they know it?
Oh, mine, I've just seen the zone as well that's coming up, and when we do get a look at the map, you'll be able to see at home. It is so detrimental to all of the teams that have committed to Launchpad early on, but it's shifted further west. That's great news for the likes of Made in Heaven, Passion UA, HAO, Fnatic, Alliance, all those who are on the western side. As speaking of the northern side now, the Boogie Borders have been quietly going about their business, but now they've got a real scrap here against Northeption.
See though, it's getting turned around. Frag grenade coming in from the distance. It's going to be Northeption also.
Get rid of the ads and stuff. Okay. I just use ad blocker. I just use ad blocker. On God.
And you can see why, right? Look at all of the teams in the surrounding area who are looking to pick up KP for this.
What am I trying to fucking bring? How do I have 0? I had over 50,000. What? I had over 50,000. And my death runes too. I think someone was on my account chat. What the fuck? Well, why wouldn't they take all my valuable shit? Maybe I did something with it and I just don't remember. I'll go with that. 50,000 runes missing though? That's a little sus. But they would have taken like all of my prayer pots and shit too. What the fuck? That's interesting. Interesting. Almost forgot an anti-poison too, bro. Almost forgot the anti-poison.
So much clutter at the moment, visual clutter. It's so difficult for these players to try and navigate where they want to go, but as long as you have a game plan, as long as you're listening to your IGL, you just have to trust them.
We can see Legends Gaming, they are still safe, but for how long?
What the
finally,
hell
it looks like Moist want to get this done. This has been going on for so long, and finally, not Moist, get the job done and take him down.
They must have run out of meds there, Legends.
Done it, dope.
Just all so low, all on a slither of health, but finally finally that job is done, but for what? Because Launchpad is not where you want to be now. Look at your map. Look at where the circle is going to be. It has pulled so far east, and it's actually going to be the central island of where we're going to be finishing in this final zone. And Complexity say, well,
I need 5 coins for fuck's sake.
There's the beauty of playing Valkyrie. You can slam that zone, you can get those walls down, and this is what the composition allows them to do. It doesn't have to be the perfect spot. It doesn't have to be a traditional spot. They can use those rampart walls to create some false cover as they slam into zone with the Valkyrie ult. And keep in mind as well, Complexity has some good KP already in this game and had a solid performance.
Now
in
where's my
game. Great
lighter?
start from them as TSM are picking up a few ult excels. It looks like they're getting ready to fight as well.
Keep an eye on the kill feed. This is about to be nuts because we've got 8 teams who are outside of this next circle.
Ow.
And is about to close, forcing all those launchpad teams in together. You also have
cheers.
teams on that northwestern side who are going to have to move as well. And remember, North Epshire was still alive on the far northern side who need to think about how they want to get into zone. So it's a different story for TSM. They have to move from the southwest here.
Pretty sure Verhouse doesn't have any white ments either. Or maybe he's just trying to play this game in hard mode, who knows. But Verhouse is certainly lacking some HP, and when that zone starts to tickle at their back, he's going to be the one who finds out about that first. Not Moist, trying to move up now to the position of E8. This is going to be the fight on one of these fingers. As Wopsy, the man who has never been to the loser side of the bracket, he'll be taken down, and it looks like E8 will win that one pretty comfortably.
They managed to give the finger to Not Moist, but now you can see the kill feed has blown up. BR Demons, Not Moist, TSM all eliminated, and we're down to 11. Elevate did lose 1 in the meantime, are able to get the banner at the very least, and now they can just continue to add to this damage. I said this eastern side, excuse me, was absolutely crazy as SSG go down as well. Zach Mazer having a Mazer moment.
The best kind of Mazer moment as well, and it's a 1v1 between him and Hackett for another placement point as well. Both players will fall as well. Alliance though and Hackett managed to get into those placement points as Complexity now find themselves in another sneaky little spot. Fnatic gone, Passion UA gone as well. We're down to just 5.
Finally, things calm down, or do they? No, HAO are still taking a fight against North Epshire here. This was a big wrap from the Theption from that northern side down to this west, and now they're able to win this engagement, or at least get the upper hand in this engagement, and they can dominate this building.
Weapons ready.
Tied up on the Newcastle, doesn't have the castle wall available, so they're not going to be able to spring out behind that cover a little bit later.
this fucking
with just 18
goofball.
seconds left on the zone close. Might have been a way for them to find a position. The longer this fight goes down, the more detrimental it is for both teams. HAO, I think, did lose one in that initial scuffle.
Man, I miss armor swaps in Apex, dude. Where you actually have like a good fight, like you just go from like white to red. Fuck, I miss that. Apex just doesn't feel the same anymore. Kind of cheeks, honestly. This sucks. I'm trying to install it. Girl, I'm telling you, you gotta go with that fucking just ad blocking. Ad block's king. Ad block is king.
Just waiting out this bang on.
Ad block is king.
Now they're going to take this fight, and it's going to be raising.
Bro, the Prowler is so good.
Beautiful flank through the zone as well. A little bit of hip fire coming in from him as well, and it's a clean wipe onto HAO. North Epshire will step forward and will be safe enough to bat for now. Complexity is still inside of his zone though. Just the blue armors to play with, but anyone pushes them, they're going to beat Sheila.
They've got all this pretend cover, this fake cover. But
Havoc, yeah, Havoc's the best gun in the game, hands down. No questions asked.
it's not natural cover, but boy do they make it look sexy, to be honest. As Complexity now are going to have the ability to absolutely mow down anyone who arrives, but the zone is going to end dead center of this circle you currently see, which means all of these teams have to slowly move their way in, and we've got 4 squads, so we might get 2 separate 3v3s here.
You've got WMND.
I hope we get 2 separate 3v3s.
Remember, they were inside of the top 3 in the last game, so a very impressive performance from them in our first 2 games of C and D.
Yo, nade that.
Now they try and move up onto Complexity. You look like they want to try and send it, but sending it against this team is not a good
What?
idea. They clean them up.
What?
Complexity.
What the fuck was that? Were they getting pressured? They had to have been getting pressured from the other side. There's no other reason to push that. Interesting.
Gets more difficult to say as the day goes on, I'm sure. Maybe I'll have to shorten that one as well. But now North Epshire on one side. Got Wonton Dumpling, who have been
Wonton Dumpling.
their business on this southern side, by the way. It's
Man,
almost
I like how they actually got
as
good
well.
casters for this.
Also have the least amount of cover available to them. they really want Northeption to get eyes on WMNDY.
Well, you mentioned that this team wants on doubling. Every, what was it, the stat that you had? Every, not a lot of games are inside of the top
26% of their games, they were in the top 3.
Well, look at it right now. They're in the top 3 after a disappointing game number 1.
26% of the time they're in the top 3.
They are looking to take over the AOGS.
That's pretty crazy.
They managed to actually just slightly move round. It means that Northeption are going to be the team closest to the circle here. You can see you get a little bit of deployable cover available for some players. You've got the Newcastle available to Northeption, so that is going to be a big factor here.
Well, one thing they don't have is a gen or that castle wall, although they do because they had an OXL and they popped. So now they have the castle wall and they can walk forward and play that cover. Brilliant use of utility from Northeption, making sure they kept those in reserve, those OXLs, to make sure.
Yo, chat, I heard they're gonna start continuing Spider-Man 97 or 96 or whatever the fuck it's called. I'm so stoked. Or are they gonna finish it, rather? Oh, he going for the armor swap and he started to res, dude. Fuck this game, man. Oh my god, that pissed me off for him. Oh my god. Fucking game, bro. Dog shit. I heard they're gonna you know how they started up the old X-Men? Spider-Man something? Here, I'll show you.
Very, very impressive performance from them. And that's off the back of a game 1 as well. Like we mentioned, when they were inside of that top 3. So
No, shit. Hooray! I just closed my fucking tab. Prayer. Oh. Fire. Give me those blood runes. Might as well take the fucking Grimers as well, just cause. Got the airbag. Anyways, back to what I was doing. Before I dropped my keyboard. Slam.
Kills alongside the 7 assists. Good damage coming in from them. The one thing that you always want on that main stage down is to take away the feeling of a win, and that's exactly what they did in that game.
And when we have these Chinese invited teams, there's always going to be that unknown
94? Oh, I guess it's Spider-Man 94. This fucking cartoon here, bro. They're gonna continue this cartoon. My favorite cartoon as a kid. Shit was fire.
Not just in this lobby, but this entire tournament, you feel already showing consistency across.
Shit was fire.
Very impressive stuff from them. We have to give a shout out as well to some of the teams we're seeing consistently in those end zones as well. We mentioned how the fight took place between them and Complexity, where it was Complexity again inside of those placement points, inside of the, not just the placement point. Off the rip though, is going to be Passion, who find themselves maybe not as comfortable as they were previously. Sanya's going to be left on his own, does have a triple take and a hemlock, so can do damage from a distance. Have to be careful not to throw this away here, heroes. So 1 versus 3 is the
oh, nice grapple, bro. Grappling like me, homeboy.
But it might be clean enough to finally give them the win, and Heroes step up and they win their first contest.
So Heroes get a chance to play the game, but elsewhere you got checkpoint 07 versus HAO. Now 07 haven't been able to really take this fight in the previous games.
Join.
We've got to listen in with 07.
Oh, it's too late. Do the next one. Fuck. They're just killing me. Oh! That was nasty. Hit those PK shots, relax. These kids are childish. They're like me right now in a pub. They're just fucking getting nervous. Ooh, nice shot. That was a PC shot right there. Togs. I mean, I just ripped one, bro. If you want me to take a toke, you're gonna have to redeem that shit. I ain't doing it on my own volition.
We have no. Okay, let's get our comms straight. Okay, we have no.
What a massive moment that could be for the entire tournament for 07. We were talking about these contests happening, Mark. We were saying how much confidence you can gain from winning them. Well, going into World's Edge now, being on top in checkpoint, that's massive for them, and I'm sure they're going to benefit from it. But now you have to start thinking about the bigger picture. Now you have to start thinking about how you're going to make your rotation, because we are going to be heading back down.
There you go.
The kind of Jurassic barometer area.
I guess I ain't got no choice. Oh, I want that Calphite head. Yeah. Oh, dude, you know, for a second, I don't know why I was thinking I was doing the Queen. I was got all giddy. I finally got an imbued Slayer helm, chat. I feel like a king.
Interesting decisions to be made by teams at the moment as Legends Gaming, who have been a little bit quiet at the start of this one.
I feel like an absolute king.
At this tournament, but what a substitute it is, of course, Koiful, who impressed him.
I fucking hate Nightmare Zone, dude. I hate that shit. I would literally pay. I'm token with me. Alright, I'm packing it now. My bad, I forgot, honestly.
I think when you get this opportunity, you have to make it count, and we've
Packing it right now.
time and time again at ALGS lands where substitutes do get that moment. They do put themselves in the shop window, and then they find themselves on a
Count it down, homie. Count it down.
I will say, by the way, don't walk at Lou right now. He's got a gold Devo and he's got Sheila available.
Oh shit.
It's like running at two players. It's really just not on, is it?
It's not really fair, actually. We can maybe look at that one. And
I'm going to
make
go
sure
let
that
everybody know on the main stage, by the way. That's cool with you. Just lift the headspace up. Like, by the way.
As I was saying, I can't remember. I'm fucking stoned, dude.
We're going to see a lot of teams actually probably head down towards that same area, and maybe they'll be quickly discouraged by doing so if they do walk into the wrong player with the right
My
weapon.
memory goes out the window and I'm stoned.
It's always interesting on Storm Point seeing how these rotations go down. Now you've got the ability to use tridents, always vulnerable from the damage, but you can at least do so.
A trail to Unscotty.
Well, Boogie Boarders are trying to get a little bit of damage down to force the team away near them, and they look like they've been able to do so. So not too much of a panic for them right now. Beast of the Hunt does get popped by Fussy to try and just give them the opportunity to get that opening, but doesn't really produce anything apart from forcing that team away, which is a result I think they'll be quite happy with for now. But a little bit of a slower start to this game than we've seen previously, Dan. More of a central zone means that everyone can kind of tiptoe their way in, a little bit less contested chokes where everyone's trying to kind of force their way into one position. When we see those zones fall onto the more extreme edges or sides of Storm Point for now, but elsewhere, you're seeing a lot of teams start to stack up just to the north of Barometer and around that island.
These games haven't been that good so far. The Pro League qualifier was way better than any of these games so far. Teams are dying super early and shit.
They would have had a ring console and they would have moved, so then you start to make your rotation to that POI so that then you can hit the ring console and get information. And it means that we get less early fights, apart from the contest that we had, of course.
I don't know if Apex might be onto something there. So anything new? Honestly, bro, I'm just kind of like, you know, just been working out, taking my dog for long walks during the day, working, making the dollar bills. I see Trailer's chat gonna click. Bro, it's so hot in my room, it's just fucking ridiculous. It's like 86 degrees in my room.
Move up a little bit here, and Zainu looking to be that entry fragger for them. But they've got to be careful, because like we mentioned, that third party is waiting.
Yeah, Wonton Dumpling are like Obi-Wan watching Qui-Gon and Darth Maul have a little scrap right now. It's whether they can actually get involved at the right time.
Love Star Trek.
Hate you so much. SSG,
I love Sarah to join the party. Hey.
Now one has already fallen. SSG get the advantage.
Frex will get that first knock, and now looking to move in and do some more damage himself. It's going to be Fody on your screen right now. They do get the finish, but they aren't able to put damage onto the second player. But look at that kill feed. Like you are pointing out quite rightly to me here, the third party is looking at this, and WMNDY are eliminated.
If you say it slower, it just really works out. It's good that they're eliminated early, I guess, but
That's the full speed that my brain works out.
so many points from them in the first opening games, but it suddenly comes to an end here very abruptly in match number 3. And also what could end very abruptly is SSG's chances in this game, because Wonton Dumpling are on the hunt, and they also have a Pathfinder they've switched to for this game.
Yeah, interesting to see how they try and play this out as well. They're going to chase it down. The zone's not going to do too much damage. It's only zone 2, so they should be able to really close the gap here and try and convert these final 2 players who are trying to escape from SSG.
The Bucks got eliminated tonight from playoffs. No surprise there.
Or are they? Because Frex has just taken a huge amount of damage in the back. And look at this, Zainu. He's example as well.
Well, this is Pathfinder time, and it's very finest. This is what
Man, I love me some Pascal Siakam, bro. I love to see him succeed away from Toronto. The guy deserves it. And being paired up with Tyrese just so perfect for him. He just gets fed. Oh my god, range level 84. Let's go. Huge.
doing that initial damage and able to get that pick, but at least Phony is still alive for now.
For now, we'll have to see how it plays out. And by the way, if you are playing Pathfinder,
Huge.
10% cooler than everyone else in the lobby. It's just how it works. It's the basic math. I'm not in charge of it. It's just facts. Fury, though, they're inside a barometer. They're looking pretty safe right now. And I think they're going to be waiting for where that next zone does pull. They also do have a survey beacon right next to them as well. So maybe they can hit that a little bit late on zone close. And they'll be able to see where everyone's stacked up and get that zone info for the teams who have been able to hit that ring console on their way in.
Well,
No, walk here. Oh my goodness. Walk there.
Team that is making their way to arguably
There we
one of
go.
the best positions at the moment, 07. So we were saying, how big could that win be at checkpoint? This could be their biggest win yet if they're able to find themselves in one of the more powerful positions in this latter circle. TSM also creeping their way in from the eastern side into Jurassic Park as well now.
I mentioned how a late beacon in this game could be the one that makes the difference, right, for teams getting into Godspot. Well,
Ooh, is it close? Yo. Swing that right door, buddy. Don't caustic all. Swing, duh. Oh, he's cracked. He's got to pop that bat.
To try and get a little bit of damage. It looks like 07 haven't taken a huge amount of damage themselves. So
He should have threw that inside.
This is a big fight. You need to make yourself big and try and assert your dominance here to dominate this position, as Natsuki is going to be on red. So this is going to be a chance for him to maybe be the initial leader of the damage, take advantage of the extra shields that you have, and then push in.
See, if he threw that trap inside, they still would have had it. Instead of getting shot at.
The circle is heading towards Jurassic.
Well, it looks like 07 still want to try and take this position away. He's having to take a second once again just to pop another battery. Legends game, you can see straight from Flame is just giving away
Coifel.
giving away the information.
Wait, isn't Coifel? Eh? Missing something here. I thought Coifel was on exit.
I think that's why the 07 is showing so much trepidation about wanting to siege this building.
Interesting.
Right? They've also used all of their ult excels. Coifel, though.
Oh yeah, okay, I remember what happened now.
All of this commotion and might be able to get the beast in the hunt back quicker.
I remember what happened.
Might give them an advantage moving forward.
Another reason why you kind of have
Exit
to have
left.
times in these
I
lobbies, because
forgot.
this is a powerful position for a caustic player just to lock down with the barrels. But
It's funny, he already got picked up again.
Get into an angle where they can take the fight here, because otherwise they're going to be so vulnerable to all of these teams that are arriving late.
Also, the difficulty is here, do they have the ability to have the Bloodhound scan or the Bloodhound ult available? Because if they don't, the smokes and the caustic gas, it becomes such a one-sided fight, and I think they know that. They're trying to send it right now, but the problem is the Peacekeeper. No peace being kept right now.
Oh!
Legends Gaming, chunk it away.
Man, that absolutely hit too hard. You could just hear it ring through the arena.
Damn.
Dumpling also taking a fight as well. Legends Gaming do get eliminated though in TSM. They find themselves down to just one. Howland reps have fallen, and Verholz is just on the escape route right now.
Oh, this has not been a good
Man,
start
TSM
for
shit in the bed.
TSM, and this was the map where they picked up the majority of their points through the regular season. However, in scrims recently, it's kind of favored them and World's Edge a little bit more. That's balance is tipped. They've done that hard work, and they're going to have to do a little bit more hard work here to get some points on the board before they even think about playing on World's Edge. They will be able to escape and should be safe for now, but 07 look like they are safe.
At this point, I just want TSM to win just to shit on EA.
Away from the fight, 07 were able to win the engagement. And that means they will
Because EA is doing everything they can to make sure that they don't.
Look at where that circle
They
goes.
won the entire zone. That's incredible.
It could have won them the game, depending on how this one goes. We look back
Wow,
at the
that's
2 fights that
crazy.
07 have had at Checkpoint and at Jurassic, and they could be match-winning fights, but now Fnatic could be the first team to potentially join them here in this area.
That's just
07 decided to
insane.
move over to the respawn building, which is a smart thing to do. You have a little bit more height. Also, you're going to have the zone to your back, and also you're going to have, when I say the more height, you're going to have the sniper tower that you can engage as well and get the extreme height, which is going to be such a strong position to hold for that.
Dude, I swear to God, if Watson's in this lobby, they need to get into that back house, and that's just game over, bro. If a Watson team could get, or like a Rampart team get in that back house, game over. Caustic, not so much. Caustic's so easily pushable.
lost 2 players. Alliance going to be on the other side. Now Northeption starting to push up and get very aggressive here indeed. Just to finish off this final player, and will do
nice
so
shot.
with Lauder.
They've got Northeption once again. Picking up some KP on their way towards an end game. They are going to be safe for this next zone, but not for the one afterwards. So they're going to be to work their way through some traffic. The 2 teams who are still just the 2 in zone are Fnatic and 07. And this is a rough zone, right? Because we saw everybody look like banking on a barometer zone. It moved away. Now everybody has to move from the southern side through the chokes towards Jurassic. And we know there's only certain amounts of entry points into Jurassic full stop. So unless you've got an evac tower, you can go over the
I
top
lost.
or a Valkyrie
Bummer.
position, you're going to have a rough time getting in. And for teams like 07 and Fnatic, great news, because it means less teams arriving.
Yeah, this means you have to try and consider how you're actually going to get past everyone, and sometimes it can be just the redeploy. Get yourself up and over, as you can see, at exactly the same time.
Bruh, I want the emerald.
Boys will make their move, and that means you've got to have the western side.
Just
here,
give me
but
the
you've got
fucking
Gamin,
emerald,
who are also going to be
please.
gatekeepers here, who are going to see all these teams arriving. This is just a temporary landing spot for all of these squads that are moving on the west, because you still have to move
Sit
inland.
one down.
CSM eliminated in the meantime. It's going to be Nasky who takes down Verve.
14th,
So
they
TSM
finished in
has a question
15th. Damn.
to answer. Storm point's not been good. Will World's Edge be
That's
any
kinda
different?
shitty.
SSG managed to get back into this game as well. Remember the voting was a solo.
I wonder if there's like a website you can bet on this shit. I bet you there's some like black market website you can just bet on this shit. That'd be hilarious. I know COD's got sites where you can bet on Call of Duty. Yeah, Call of Duty games. That's just wild. Oh, they're just getting fucking rains.
Just have to be careful though, because now all this noise has allowed not Moist to say, actually, we'll get involved in this one, and Alliance have been absolutely
Moist, Gil just getting pissed on.
Has just gone down, so they've got to be careful here. Alliance are eliminated in the meantime, but has this push and thirst for KP.
MT is dead.
Now Walty is left on his own, and even though the man can lift to weights, he's not going to be strong enough to carry them through this game. Not Moist are eliminated. We're down to 11.
It was such an interesting decision from the BR Demons, who came from the southern side, but they almost had to. If they had gone east, they would have ran into Heroes, they would have ran into Northeption, they would have ran into Furia. But now they need to try and work out how they approach from the western side, because there is the wall of Jurassic that you've got to get past to get into this zone. And Made in Heaven already hold that wall. But
We're
at least they
rinsing
feel like
right
they've got
now.
time
Let's
here to
go.
Kind of loot up, find any extra pieces, any extra heals that might be able to help them, and also potentially a redeploy just to get out.
I mean, the interesting thing is here, like 07 have got to hold off all these teams who are moving in from the south, right? So even though they decided this is the position we want to play, they're going to have to do a lot of damage to keep that position. And look at the kill feed. They've just managed to take down Complexity, and they also, by the looks of things, have found a Kraber to help them. So Furia, even though they're one of the teams who's trying to move from the southern side, they're going to have to deal with those.
Oh, that was a good shot. Look at that burst, Jurassic.
Fnatic and 07
Jesus.
are the two teams most likely to win the
Fucking
game from the
Hemlock,
positions
man.
they currently hold. But with 10 teams still left and the circle about to get very much smaller,
Why is the kid popping an ulti, so yeah. 96% to his ult.
because if you are too vulnerable, if you leave yourself too exposed from a certain angle, you will get pushed from one of these teams that are just desperately throwing themselves into zone.
Well, this is the one worry
Oh,
for
no.
everyone who's in zone, and there's not many teams
I don't know if
who
that's a good.
It's in these next few moments, in the next 30 seconds, there's going to be evac towers.
That evac just got rinsed so fast. Oh my goodness.
The skies with different teams and different players looking to take those positions away that you've held for so long. BR Demons are looking to do it the old school way, though, the traditional way, as they fight their way in. Furia cannot fight their way in, though. They will fall.
This was my worry for BR Demons. How heavy can you fight here? How much can you afford to
Fucking
throw at the team
dagger.
that's holding the wall when it looks like they're going to throw everything? But sadly, they've lost one, but it is just going to be the one. But are you going to get time to get back up? Because Fnatic, on the other side, they're going to look to grief this.
Yuka just said this is the freest KP of my life, and he walks through, cleans it up, cleans up that side of zone, and only 2 members overextended.
They need a bloodhound scan right there.
Fnatic has stayed behind to hold down that spot. They will be safe for now.
Up on the sniper's desk. Oh my god.
Well, the only worry for Fnatic was Made in Heaven, who did have a look at the two, but they just
Nice nade. Holy shit.
blitzed them.
Dude, that was a fucking nice nade. God damn.
And now Fnatic put themselves in such an impressive position. On the other side for 07, remember I was talking about the 2 teams as Made in Heaven get eliminated. 07 have to watch over 3 different squads on this southern side, whereas now Fnatic, they've eliminated everyone who came from that eastern gate.
Suzuki has that sentinel in his hands as well.
Suzu.
Still holding down this spot, and through the smoke.
Excuse me?
Check that man's PC.
Manages to connect.
That was
Fnatic's still
wild.
in a great spot. Like you mentioned, completely cleared that side of the map as well, and everyone else is going to have to go through each other to get to the position that Fnatic holds strong. SSG, by the way,
That back house, man, I'm telling you, bro.
Well, they're into the top 6 already, just by putting themselves in a good position. They might be able to sneak out a few more spots as well.
It's gonna end on that back house.
They are being focused so hard right now. Everyone knows that they have to drop, and it's going to be SSG and a combination of 07 who take them down. We're down to 5, and again,
I don't know if playing the side of the mountain's the right call.
But that's one job done for 07. Remember, I said there's 3 teams.
Kinda
on the
just,
side
like,
they have to worry about.
rid of
SSG
in the
now
open.
approaching from the northeast as well. Or sorry, the northwest they're coming in. So actually, SSG can
Oh
get
no, that
heroes,
Kraber
and
shot.
they will do so, and now 07
Nasky, don't choke.
I mean, Nasky's having a monster game right now, by the way. He's got 8 kills. 8 kills to his name.
Damn.
And he's looking for more as well. 2 more shots with the crane.
Oh!
252. It's another one for Nasky.
This could be
Get him.
07's game. Remember how well they were fighting earlier. They
Oh,
still are
shit.
fighting with that momentum. 3 teams left. Northeption, Fnatic, and 07 here in our last
Oh
game.
my god.
In
Let's
this
go,
series,
Nasky. Win the
I've
game,
still
baby.
said it's Fnatic versus 07 for me as Northeption. They're starting to lose players, and they're starting to be griefed by both of these squads. We might, and we should, get a straight 3v3 here between Fnatic and 07.
Well, there's 1 shot left for Nasky, and he hasn't been missing
Oh
many.
my god. Let's
But
go,
this
baby.
1 bullet could be the difference maker in 1st place or 2nd place.
Oh, he missed it.
Can't quite connect this time,
Fuck.
but boy, it looks like 07 kept receipts from the first 2 games, and they are dishing them out right now.
Well, the circle is going to be finishing dead center of where these
They
players
froze.
currently reside. As we get a brief pause at the moment, just before all the action is going to unfold.
What?
I couldn't help it.
Remember, it could just be an observer thing,
Hey,
and
it
we
could
have
be
the
an
ability.
observer thing.
We
No,
have
we
the
don't.
ability to pause games. Remember.
Put it back on, Nasky, lock in, boys! Fnatic are locked in. And here we go, everyone, the 3v3. Hey, we like to build it here in the
Oh, bro, that shit had me tripping.
Straight 3v3, headsets on. The advantage with the height has to go to Fnatic. But Leica's gone down! It's Nasky who gets the kill! Nasky will fall as well. Amphi looking to move in now to clean up the damage. It would be a monster win here for 07 if they could do it. With the hip fire, it's gonna be enough! And 07!
Bro, I thought that shit crashed. I was just like, no way.
From the checkpoint win.
I love how you see Nasky too, the fucking blonde haired guy. He's just sitting there go yelling, "What the fuck?" I wish we had I wish we could have heard what he was saying, bro.
In Jurassic Park.
I wish you could have heard what he was saying.
Velociraptors. No, actually, they are the T-Rex.
That would have been legendary.
As they dominate anyone who started to join them. What a game it was from 07. And we knew they were capable of this. They've had their ups and downs throughout the regular season. But they are going to be living on a high of all highs. 20 kills.
20 kills! They just killed over a third of the lobby!
That is a 32-point game. 07 have just sent themselves all the way up to join the top of the leaderboard.
Wow, there's a dramatic end to it, to say the least. But in the end, it's going to be 07 from what looked like a disadvantageous position as well on that low ground. Who beat out Fnatic.
Not really. The circle would have closed and they would have had to move first, the other team.
They're going to have some good points on the board, but that game from 07 will live long in the memory.
I mean, you look right at the start when they had that initial checkpoint fight, and we said, what is going to happen at checkpoint? Are they going to be able to win the engagement? They weren't able to do it in match 1. In match 2, they had to retreat. Match 3, they took the fight. And then after that, it was just a snowball effect. They arrived to Jurassic at the right time. They went for the one building they felt could win them the game, and it did so. And 07, if they continue fighting in that way, if they continue playing in that style, there's no reason why they can't be a real threat to win this entire thing.
Absolutely monstrous game. Monstrous game from 07.
7 more.
20 kill banger for them, and the thing that's most impressive for me is a lot of talk would have been about Nags. Amphi coming into this as the 2 fraggers for the team. Well, it's your boy Nasky on the M&K with that Kraber, who was putting up some ridiculous numbers.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a heart-and-mouth moment for not just all the fans in the crowd at the end there, but also, of course, the players that were involved in that one. But what a moment it is for 07 to get the victory there.
Well, Storm Point is done and dusted. It was an absolute pleasure to open things up here in LA. But for now, we're going to throw it back to Rain Day on the desk because Evan, I mean, there's a lot to talk about what we just saw in that last game.
And the craziest thing is that sometimes certain plays have no words. And I think a couple of moments with Nasky there after he passed 10 kills in a lobby like this at LAN in Los Angeles Live started to be leaving a lot of us speechless on the desk. Though there was a lot of yelling, at least from this area right here. Rain Days.
Yo, what's up, money?
Hodzic back on the desk. A little halftime recap for you as we break down our first 3 matches of the day in C versus D.
How you been? How you
I want
been?
to talk with you. The emotion was there, but it was something that felt like, you know, we.
Oh, is this 30K? I'm gonna die, eh? Jesus.
It's like a Cinderella story at the end of the day here, and it's something that's going to result in them absolutely blowing through what was the mistakes we saw against Cow earlier today. Now at 32 points at the top of our leaderboard, that puts
That's
us
crazy.
more than competitive to represent Group CBD.
Pretty incredible stuff there, graceful. You don't see a lot of 20 bombs in lobbies like this.
When the PB 39 yesterday, yo, we got that, baby. Let's go.
My boys as well, really strong mechanically, and people, you know, when you talk about who's the best mechanically, you always have each region. Nags and Amp is definitely up there as the strongest roller players, and they're definitely showcasing it.
And Hodzic, you've been in this situation before. You know, they had almost uncertainty of getting here. Who would they have on their roster for this tournament? That can breed a lot of uncertainty going into this, even getting your game plan right. 07, great response in the first 3 games to have a win like this.
Yeah, I mean, you absolutely need something like that. I mean, momentum is such a strong and important factor.
Okay, I don't know why I'm listening to that. I gotta fucking skip forward in this shit. My bad.
Right, coming into the start of this match, that's going to be interesting. I mean, what's fantastic for Not Moist is the fact that they're getting both of Stacks and Maud. You know, not having to worry about, you know, pot shots taking place early on in the game down there. It's such a clean place to play from. You get a huge amount of loot if you have both of those POIs to yourself.
Imposter Among Us, the Furia versus Riddle Order as well. When it comes to some of these rotates, the diversity in circles that we already got to experience over by Storm Point, I'm hoping to expect the, I mean, you know,
Good luck, good luck. You got that, my man.
For that with World's Edge. The beautiful flyby of the stage here. This is day 1 group stages, and already this first set of groups have not disappointed us.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the other one we didn't really talk about there was whether we see Heroes from APAC South contest again. It had them down at launch site. We might see them go towards Dome. I guess we'll have to see. But it's tough, man. If you're contesting on both parts of the map, that's how do you get points out of that series?
Especially when they're so used to landing in launch site and then may have to just backpedal and then go towards Dome with the lackluster loot. But let's go. Let's get started. Everybody, game number 4 here on World's Edge. Let's get it started also heated with the 50-50s that we're going to be expecting here.
Okay, so already we're seeing one change. One thing I talked about was saying Skyhook East. It's unoccupied. Surely someone just takes up that space.
Nipples.
Heroes go there, but we are getting the contest intrigue.
To be Riddle versus Furia here. Max being on that to help out the
rinsed.
to get the next knock. It's 2 already down here for Riddle Order. Furia having the man advantage. Just trying to find where that straggler is. Wonton Dumpling in your feet. Get eliminated by TSM. And Furia maybe sending Riddle Order back to the lobby to join them.
Oh, Sugar's voice is rinsed. She sounds like she's, yeah, she sounds like she's smoking a pack of cigarettes a day.
From the launch side, they want to get a piece of the action. But Furia, maybe this is one thing that Complexity weren't expecting, is that Furia was so clean at the start of the fight. All 3 of them are still up there, actually a bit of a threat to Complexity right now.
Complexity now having to navigate away with Lou losing out on his shields. Still rocking the Rampart, by the way. Something nice to note here, but they had rocked the Valkyrie beforehand on Stormpoint.
I mean, obviously, you know, they had to loot so quickly. They were hoping to just steamroll them, but you can see 1 bullet left there in the chamber.
Qualified Dank, that's a name I haven't seen in I don't know how long. Holy shit. What's up, dude?
Well early on, so yeah, they just give it up.
Yukio's still alive, by the way, from Riddle Order as a rat for now. TSM walking away from not only taking and winning that 50-50 against Wongtong Dumpling, but also with the blue Evil Shield and the Evil Harvester being right next to them on their path.
It's a name I haven't seen in a long
I
time.
have to say I expected this, right? I mean, as we said, TSM have such a long history of contesting here. They know this one, you know, back to front. And Wonton Dumpling in a straight-up fight, honestly, might have a chance against
How's it
TSM,
going,
but this
sugar?
contest is so tough for them.
Chilling, boss. How you been? How you been? What's new, dude? Tell me. How's life? My father just retired.
In terms of the positioning, Passion UA just backing away for right now. It's just going to be Sonya who's trying to give them some suppressed fire, and they are going to take their time in this fight against Boogie Borders.
I leveled up.
A little bit of hype here. Do Boogie Borders really want to get stuck into this with Passion UA? I mean, it's a reasonably isolated fight right now, but is this delaying their rotation to the very north?
I'm about to be a dad? Damn, bro.
I'm gonna say like north.
Is the chick at least cool? Or is she like crazy as fuck?
Worse a spot they will be able to grab. So both teams, in the end, just gonna shake hands and walk out their separate ways.
Meanwhile, teams like Northeption, who rotate away from Monument, have already rotated their way over to that north side by the train tracks. Space Station have met them up there as well on the north side of Climatizer here, but they're in a really good spot. But we know that late game, this could get absolutely insane from the squads that are going to try to push in away from Skyhook, where Heroes is going to be rotating more.
Are you excited for it? Or are you like, fuck, man, this sucks? You need to tell me more. You can't just leave me at, I'm gonna be a dad. You gotta tell me, you gotta elaborate. I need to know all the juicy details now, bro. I need your dirty laundry. You gotta air that out.
Because it doesn't spawn in their half of, you know, what's sort of the agreed upon Skyhook zone, and then, you know, that makes it tough for them to, it's a risk to go.
Lives crazy now, it's a lot to take in. And to be honest, she trapped me. She trapped you. Ooh, so she's crazy as fuck then, is what you're saying. Bro, I feel for you, homie. God bless. God bless. God bless. I hope it all works out, man. I'm glad you're like, hey, man. I hope you can be there for your son, bro. You know, that's what's up. God bless.
Where you want to be stuck right now. Teams like 07, who we just saw before, made a killer rotate all the way from Lava Fissure over to what could be a fantastic spot. You know, these teams getting stuck in Epicenter, it's not great for them.
They're also sticking on the horizon, but TSM on World's Edge, feeling like they are right at home. Different camera though, angle. That is definitely not Reps, but Reps taking some shots. As
It sucks, but hey, it is what it is. So I just can't wait to see my kid. Fair enough, bro. That's fair.
Very important fight here. Teams fighting for this northern side of Climate.
Sounds like you got the right idea.
So this is a big deal. What is going on here? We've got castle walls, portals.
And we got not just that. The invitation to the third and fourth party may be around the corner here.
Sounds like you got the right idea, Benny.
But Space Station is right around the corner, as well as Boogie Borders that are looking for an opportunity to third party.
Hey man, you know what? Fuck that cunt, bro. All you gotta do is prove her wrong.
A little reticent here.
She's probably gonna be the type. She sounds like the type that's gonna try and keep him away from you, bro. But make sure you go to court, get your rights to see him. You know what I'm saying? Do your due diligence early on. Nah, yo, she sounds like a fucking cunt.
But they had gotten a trade originally. They got a knock with the Thermite on the other side from Furia. Then they get Keon down, prevented from healing, and Furia get eliminated.
TSM, they might be coming back for this, though. I think they've heard the shots. They're actually taking an even.
Yo, wang wang sling sling ding a ding a dong. Chris, indeed. Fucking love you, bro. Okay, I'm gonna rip a toke just for you. Yo, W's in the chat for the man. What a G. Yo, Alex, no spoilers, girl. Come on, come on, come on.
Getting the last laugh. I mean, just a second ago, we were saying how risky of a fight this was, and that's exactly why there were just too many teams around there in an area where you don't.
I'm a little late to the party.
I mean, obviously you want to fight for that god spot, but you almost cannot afford to take, you know, that fight. right. You really don't want to be throwing the first punch there.
Especially with how many angles there are as Northampton finally get eliminated.
Slayer. 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 No, this is like the first game, the first set of games.
Crouchwell comes out. Okay, TSM here. The fans were very happy about them taking out Riddle. Are they going to be happy if they get a nasty?
No, it's like the first set of games.
Oh man,
I'm late to the party.
Still moving strong, don't get me wrong. I'm making that bank, bank, bank. Yeah, I'm making that bank, bank, bank.
You know, it's not like they were setting up the rampart walls, right? They didn't want to even give any inkling
Where's my
TSM that they were out there.
Let's set up the.
Waiting 5 extra seconds before Volts being as low as he was for the circle.
Yeah, I watched the last what's it? 07 got a 30-point game last game. Yeah.
Constantly, if you look at those arrows, just to try and get that sense, but you know, those teams will be continuing on.
Yeah.
Continue northern pulls here for the circle. Boogie Borders have such a big amount of room after clearing out 07 and the other teams there. But, you know, SSG Heroes also looking like they could be in a decent position. I do expect this to continue pulling north.
Just give me another, like, gargoyle task after this game. I swear to God, give me a gargoyle task and I will be a happy fucking camper, man. Make a quick mill. AFK the shit.
Trying to take advantage, but they know they have purple evos, but they don't want them to reset.
They don't, but they're just going to full send it. It looks like there was gas straight going on in there. I think that was Unlucky's ult that they yeeted immediately, unless it was a defensive one from Moist, but looks like they've taken just enough damage that they now have to pull back. MT pulling the trigger on the Rolling Thunder.
Oh, but they get the jump by the choke, and Reps get sent to one house, sliding down in complexity. Have the health advantage for now, but look at this space. The Sheila is out, but Louis one shot, and he needs to delay this push, punching with the Phoenix Kid.
Complexity still on the high ground, though. This is really risky for TSM. The zone is closing, and the longer they stay behind here, it's going to be harder and harder for them to get out. You got to remember they already used a bunch of.
Bro, I fucking do not like this Australian commentator. I don't know why.
If they don't, they can at least go to the replicator that's on the south side of.
He always just says like the most obvious shit, and he never like does any analysis.
Maybe they have an evac tower that they can fall in.
It's fucking annoying.
Have been able to reset away from Alliance and have been able to find and set up shop with these caustic barrels.
Man, that was a clutch bang ult by MT. You can see Guild still has his ult up, so unless they popped a bunch there, it definitely was the offensive caustic gas there coming out from Alliance. So Moist happy to get away with that and just be settled in survey camp for the moment. I mean, I imagine they would have read it's going to continue going north. But they
the top slop, the top jiggle jiggle, Chris. Indeed. Appreciate that, boss.
Especially with such a northern pool here.
Here to go.
Another team fully on blues.
Appreciate the $4, my man.
Wonder if they're able to get that evil harvester that's on the north side of Monument, south from where they.
How am I doing? I'm good, bro. I'm fucking working. Defense potion, you say? I didn't know I could drop defense potions. I'm working. My dad just retired. It's pretty huge. Been working out. He said, "Get yourself a McChicken." Hey man, appreciate the donos, man. God bless.
You've got BR Demons here, and they're fighting and looking across at Heroes here.
We working at same place I used to.
Fnatic kind of running into complexity here, though. And I mean that would just be the most scripted escape.
Oh,
Still
dude.
moving strong, don't get me wrong. I'm making that bank, bank, bank. Yeah, I'm making that bank, bank, bank.
Wow, a lot of util coming out from these two teams. I think TSM have actually threaded.
Damn, that was a good bangle. Look how much space they just took. Wow.
Still tries to close in the gap versus complexity. We'll have full purples, loose setting up with the ant barriers.
Oh, look at that block. Chris is a cool name. So is qualified dank.
lucky.
Yeah, but they've got to wait it out themselves. I think might have been both Caustic ults used there to try and delay this a little bit.
Good observation.
Get the reset. Can they actually get the res? Oh, Fnatic swing and take them out.
Yuga F, the legend himself, Complexity, get eliminated in your feet.
Damn.
Squads left, and Fnatic do allow TSM.
You already know Monsoon's fucking just cursing, bro.
Big win from Fnatic, and just in time as well. I mean, you can see they're moving forward, probably popping the med kits right now to make it back into this next circle. They don't have too many teams to worry about, to be honest. It's really Legends Gaming who are above them.
Son's name is Maverick. That's pretty cool.
And Climatizer, but teams are sort of mostly shuffled into two areas right now. There's
Sean O'Malley, the alley cat.
Survey Camp, and then you had the teams that we just saw holding the
Aristocats, bro.
And then you've got Boogie Borders in Godspot holding it down.
Bro, Reps looks fried as fuck.
Hey, they worked for that.
Are you fucking high?
And 07 to be in that spot while teams like TSM who have taken their time to rotate into the circle are still in survey camp, but so is not Moist, who were unable to access a ring console to see how far this circle would have been pulling, but you can see the comms too with Alliance spamming ping on where they want to rotate here next.
I mean, you guys saw that circle that just the map that just popped up on the screen. This is going to be so rough for those teams over at Survey Camp. You can see at the moment they're locked inside the buildings. They're worried about making the next move because they know anyone could just open the doors and shoot them down at any point.
Legends Gaming though,
engaging
on the fight, close the pylon to their right. They lose out on
Coming up on the last 3 kills for this task.
Could be able to get that res with some extra health, but that was at the cost of elevate.
I'm gonna try to censor loose swearing like 3 times.
Legends Gaming having to pivot last minute with the loss of M&K Prodigy.
No need to fucking censor none. Let's hear that raw passion.
Max Strafey poked one leg out, and I just see
Sentinel
shots in 2 different directions. Passion UA stuck inside the building of Climatizer. They are gonna have to start moving in the next 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's not
I already said that like EA is doing everything in their power to make sure they don't win. They don't want them to win. Bad for business.
That's how that they're shooting at. Great Nemesis shots coming out here are going to make that so hard. I mean, there's just so little cover on that part of the hill.
How was a team that had also used the EMP against them, just trying to distract them as they make that rotate? Legend, though, looking pretty with the walls and fences to paint the stage here. As Fnatic have the high ground, looking at all the chaos of the teams that are going to be forced to rotate away from Survey, and it started already. Gino, not Moist, lose out on MT. They take the gravity lift, but they're taking huge chunks of damage from the circle.
I mean, this is such a hard call to make. Do you go early? Do you go late? Are you the first that everyone takes shots at? Or are you the last and you're just getting pressured against the ring? Either way, it feels like you're almost done for here. And you can see all of these teams on the left side pretty much losing their lives. Fnatic seem to be the ones benefiting from it, though.
Oh, Leica gets taken down, though, here. As they try to wrap around. Howell gonna beat them on the other side of this rock, though. Fnatic now trying to push in. Made in Heaven get eliminated in your feeds. 10 squads left. Sliding down to see.
Yeah, but like they literally at the last LAN they were at, they were telling the announcers and shit to not like people not to watch TSM, and like for the announcers to not talk about it. Like Fallout's talked about it before on his podcast. They literally were like trying to blacklist them from like being shown on stream and shit. Surf's Up's fire, yeah. Yo, Surf's Up's fucking fire. I'm a huge Penguin fan. So, yeah, absolutely gas. Oh no. Damn. I've watched the movie over 100 times. Attaboy, attaboy. I cannot glaze them. That's good. Yeah. But they are fucking great. Like you said, they're a dynasty, so give them their due flowers, no? Bruh. I miss the Massive being good. I'm playing with this shit. Paulo was like my favorite caster. It just sucks that they kicked him. I'm just bitter. Don't go outside. What the fuck is this guy doing? Wow.
when to engage. Will
Oh.
that be the right decision?
That would have been such a great
Nice shot.
Second one, getting the 140. The follow-up from the massive from
Watson up, yeah.
gets the knock onto Boogie Borders. The number advantage here for Legend Gaming.
Nice. Oh, nice. Nice. That's Coifo, isn't it? Yeah.
It was kind of nuts, honestly. I mean, I think you saw the patience as well. Like when they were deep in the zone, right? They weren't running immediately to go straight back into complexity. They really waited. So there was almost...
And you're hiding inside of the building, close range. Now we get to see where our circle is going to be taking us. It may not be moving over to the northeast side by Climatizer, but we are moving over to the northwest, closer to Trials. And we've seen this circle so many times, you know. Let's make these spreads right now. We've seen the circle pull closer to the Grandma's house lot, north side of Trials. We've seen how volatile those fights could be from the teams that are on the outskirts of Trials facing Skyhook.
Yeah, from some of the circles we've seen so far in Season 20, I'm expecting this to be around that tower where 07 is. You know, I feel like
Literally had a circle in there the other day, and my Wraith just like jumped off the rock and died.
over to the west of
I was just like, alright, fuck this shit. Get the fuck out of here.
in this series, really impressed by how well they have optimized their looting routes at the start to be able
You know what they should do? You know what Apex should do? Apex should do what the old Call of Duty game Black Ops 2 did. They have like the ranked league, and then like they should have like one season where the ranked league, like the top, whatever top, like I don't know, 2 or 3 teams or some shit in the ranked league goes to like LAN. You know what I mean? Like they did that in Black Ops 2. It was insane. And they just had these like just random ass fucking kids showing up. Shit was wild.
In a pretty good spot for their early rotate around Trials if they so wish.
Let me be me, man. Let me be me.
couple of teams. Do they have that zone information or not? Are they making a guess? Perhaps, you know, just looking at the teams as they fly around them. Boogie Borders over at Lava Fissure. Looks like they did have that ring console. And of course they are playing the core stick as well. So that
Black Dragon, Black
their decision is to play under the Crow. Under the Raven. Oh my. You know, one of the other casters said Crow in Apex South once, and now it's like in my head, even though it's obviously Arta.
You guys call it a crow? I mean, I call it a chicken sometimes when I'm playing Blowdown, but you know what?
Whoa.
Where is my bird?
That's making me blush.
Little order? Taking a little page out of the complexity playbook here?
Like, it feels like every team who's just sitting down on this side is like studying the TSM rotates and then being like, hey, where can we rat on them?
It's actually great. TSM see them waiting!
No.
Can you imagine the comms at the site? From TSM's point of view, to just see an entire team crouched?
Well, guess they didn't study them well enough.
They thought they were going to fully rotate deep into Harvester, whereas they actually just rotated by the alleyway that exits out of Lava Siphon now. Gonna be able to try to go for the Evil Harvester too on this pathing, but free for them.
Well, I guess one of the harder things, right? You know, before Season 20, you probably could nail down those rotates to an exact route. That is no longer the case. TSM obviously here, you know, switching it over towards the eastern side of Harvester because they wanted to path past that Evo Harvester, right?
Who the fuck's a human servant, bro? Oh, there he is.
And that catches Riddle Order off guard enough.
So many important changes that have been introduced to us within this season. Halfway through the split here too, TSM, Burhol's having the Soul Purple Evo as we take a look at the other squads that have already rotated over to the corner of Skyhook. See Fnatic on the other side still with full blue, but when you do go for these early rotates, you're denying yourself not only these Evil Harvesters, but poking damage potential. The Caustic Trap's kind of a little bit in the way here. You gets taken down as they try to make their way into the building, but there's a squad with the door open across from them that are now going to close in the distance.
Oh, that's just awful for Fnatic, but can they get it back in time? It doesn't look like it. The other team is going to push the advantage. It's SSG.
Oh, Leica trying to cook up though, as he's the only one left for Fnatic. Does not want them to reset, sends out that nade while Beast of the Hunt is active. Sliding away though, may have to just call it quits and leave his teammates behind.
How many other teams are sitting around here in Skyhook, though. There's a couple, but it looks like Leica has actually found an empty spot up towards Market.
Solo and wait here, this time from Fnatic. A space station, take that building for free. Also, not forget that Skyhook has that console on the west side of Skyhook. The line of sight of 3 to 4 different teams, especially if there's that team coexisting on the high ground of Trials. You can see where everybody's rotating, including not Moist, who are taking their time to rotate right behind TSM.
Yeah, Moist coming down from stacks, of course. It is a little bit harder from them, but it's been a hard day, frankly. You know, they've got 2 maps left to try and make that happen.
Wait,
I guess, you know, it is group stage. They do have another whole 2 series to try and add to their points total, but you don't really want to just be scraping in. You know, Waltzy doesn't want to lose his record as the only player to never, you know, get dropped into the losers bracket.
2 losses in a row, yeah. Fuck that, man. Fuck that.
I mean, Furia now rotating away. The only team we said goodbye to in this lobby have been Wonton Dumpling from the very beginning of that 50-50 we saw versus TSM. So Furia rotating away from the tree, Riddle Order wanting none of that business. They've rotated already through the vault side of the tunnel that leads into Skyhook. Fury trying to get more information, and talking about the vault tunnel in that opening is TSM sliding in to try to engage.
Dark Totem, like a flight on bad boys.
It's always a back and forth with TSM, right? It's Riddle Order ahead of them, so if they continue to go that way, they will run into them, but they decide it's something different here. Up the north side, we've got North Eption running into both 07 and Heroes.
You spoofed it? What does that mean? He's just...
Get eliminated in your feeds here too with WMNTY waiting to go in for the third party.
Oh, you're just like stealing it. That's funny.
Yeah, NDY had a really late rotate actually. They were sitting
Fuck 'em.
over towards Skyhook. I was kind of wondering what they were doing there, but I think they've watched enough teams pass them by that they realized they needed to make a change. They've taken that spot away from Heroes, which is, I've got to say, it's only one step towards. You know, the battle is won, but definitely not the war from them. As the zone,
The battle is won, but not the war. This guy should be a fucking poet.
WMN now looking away and looking at E8 who have the high ground over this hilltop. 07 in trouble. Huge beams coming in from Zap with that volt finding Naz. Not only that, he's got the Nemesis on top of that too. Energy ammo forever.
Alright.
So the question here is, what were 07 doing up here? Did they really need to loot that badly? Were they, you know, obviously elevated?
When am I playing with subs again? Bro, I haven't played zombies in I don't know how long.
Lost that position. Was it a
I
conscious
don't know.
choice, or were they forced out by perhaps a bang ult in another team?
It literally looked like they wanted to try to take that fight and then realized that they had the high ground slightly too late when they were in the process of trying to climb on top of that mountain here, paying for it for that disadvantage on the positioning here too. See, evac towers being called in as Moist now trying to take the skies.
Could be a decision they regret. Moist have just gotten out of this one. Oh, Guild is actually one shot. Will they find the space to?
Oh my god.
Okay, what? I lied. I'm every ranked player ever. He wasn't one shot. He still had one more bullet because he took one more bullet and managed to get there.
You know, that's a pixel, but the fact that this is open, they did the
I mean, he was one shot for a certain gun. I'm trying to play zombies on PC. Weird. I don't even have a system, dog. I got fucking PC, you know what I'm saying?
Waltzy doesn't look phased though. He was like, nah, you know, no big deal.
Yo, actually, as a matter of fact, I just found my PS3 out in the garage the other day when I was cleaning it with my father. Zach Mazer. Lol.
No, we called it. It's right on that tower to the west of Trials. It is exactly there. And once again, I just have to say, 07, you could have had it. You could have had it in the bag, but Elevate look like they're going to be the ones with this game in the palm of their hand. I mean, you know, teams like HAL and BR Demons who just have to walk it in from Trials also have some good spots to play here. Legends Gaming, who are playing the house just above Lava Fissure there. I feel like they've also got a good spot since so much of you know, their eastern side is cut off by the mountain. That's it.
Black Ops 1's in the system. I know that for a fact. I found. Yeah, that was it.
Pressure to deal with. Here comes the Valk.
Complexity, one of the two teams that we saw on Stormpoint rocking the Valk Rampart composition specifically, and now they're still sticking to it here on World's Edge as it takes to the skies. You can see the firework of bullets ringing around them before they find a place to land. And then over by this north side,
I should do lunar diplomacy, man.
Legends gaining, but for how long with the circle closing in less than 5 seconds?
Yeah, and that's still the case. Still only those two teams playing the Valkyrie and giving themselves those options. Complexity there. It's actually a very good rotate from them. They get in just below where the blast doors are leading into Trials. Alliance set up, of course, across from Legends Gaming. But it's all on them. Legends, they can sit there for as long as they need to. As you can see, the pressure is right now on Alliance to make this next move. They can fight. There's actually a lot of space to the left if they want to take the more pacifist route.
Was goated? Yeah, it's just goated, period. I've been thinking about playing some BO1 maybe sometime soon. But, I don't know. I need to get a new controller before I do any of that shit. And that's not really like high on my priority list.
He gets taken down. E8 now moving in from right behind him, and that was going to be the pinch that we were worried about as Elevate leaves.
So this is the problem here, is that Legends Gaming, they weren't the one who downed him, so they weren't sure if it was time to push, but the scan reveals that they're trying to go for the reset, and just in time, do they push it? Effect? Can he use these knockdown shields to pull off the clutch of this day?
No way, and even healing a little bit in their own smokes with that bang perk here too. Incredibly low, tries to work around the can't clutch it. He left him 128 strafing flame survives, gets the evil shield swap, and Legend gets to see another day.
I mean, I would be destroying that disc as well. He almost just pulled off an incredible feat there, but it was too much even for effect. So Legends Gaming, hold on to that spot. It's really
what'd the desk do?
Worry about all these teams who are pushing out from Trials.
My main goals in life? Or like what? In this game?
And on the other side is not Moist wrapping right behind Boogie Borders too.
Okay, some fights here going on in Skyhook as well. TSM and Passion UA. Riddle getting involved as well. This is just a wild fight, frankly.
And in the line of sight of the teams that are still holding on to the high ground by Trials. Are you kidding me? The Demons waiting in the distance as Rex, the last one alive for TSM, trying to get the last minute KP, but the Watson fence, it slows him down. He can't turn around in time, and Yukio keep Riddle Order alive.
Just one player left alive out of all of that. Not Moist. They actually got sent by Boogie Borders. They come out on top, but are they going to be able to now push past Furia? The other thing I want to point out is the Complexity with that Valkyrie got into such a good position that they've now got a lot of time to set up those rampart walls, the amped cover, and every other team south of them is going to wish they probably never gained there.
I love how you pointed that out. Setting the stage here, Yukio, again, the last one left for Riddle Order, finally gets taken down by not Moist, but Furia waiting to gatekeep Moist themselves here.
Money, bitches, and weed.
You mentioned it earlier, Complexity now.
About it for me, Sean. You hit the fucking nail on the head.
From the southern side, they're going to be playing the rock here. With the Devo, the gold Devo as well, needs to resupply a little bit. If he can get some ammo, that could come in extremely handy in this last circle, but I don't know where on earth they are going to get that from.
Especially with the
hit the nail on the fucking head, mate.
But they're looking at VR Demons who have the high ground. The team that has this POI in their advantage. They land here exactly. Perfect position for them to hold, but it's denied them the opportunity to get those evil shields up.
Now it's hard to tell with this next circle, but whether just a sliver of that high ground or even inside the blast doors is in. I don't think it is, but if there's just a tiny spot to play, you know, you can count an extra 3-4 placement points for your team just by sitting up there for quite some time. We should notice, of course, that Elevate Gaming are in Godspot. They are still holding around that tower. They stopped all comers from the north side.
Oh, huge push here from Space Station. From that Bloodhound scan, they saw if they have a pylon, they do so. They can't try to contest with not only the barrels, but the Notch Grenade too just completely stops them from trying to funnel out this team. So they're just going to brute force their way in. Frax having to be careful. They need to destroy that pylon if anything, but they're playing around it, trying to get out of their line of sight and using it as makeshift cover.
Okay, tries to get the bat off. You can see those ticks going down, but they do actually get rid of Hal. All right, just need to reset now. I mean, who's going to push in on the inside? Maybe Complexity? Oh, it's only Kimchi left alive, though. Somehow the others have gone down to Furia, who, after taking so much damage on that zone close, have reset.
He's trying to prevent them from trying to reset. He's using the Savvy of the rest trying to move in, while we look at Legends Gaming trying to push in here. Player K was able to get the shield swap, trying to get more surprise cover here as the other spot on the other side. Now look who is coming in from the sky. Complexity finally get eliminated. Pointful, BR, Demons, they had no idea where they were going to land.
Damn, they're just feeding.
Legends Gaming, they have been the most active team in this final circle, and they're right in the thick of it. Look at this. E8 finally swing on them. They were playing quite passively up until now, and they try and hide behind the smoke, but is that enough? BR Demons go down, Elevate back up into the north. Have Legends Gaming actually lived through that?
Actually crazy. The KP presenting itself.
How does that mean this team have such little KP?
To play off this side of the circle after they beat 07. Now Legends Gaming with 2 alive. Can't look for the full reset.
They had like the whole lobby in front of them, bro. That's just.
Spots between Legends Gaming and Elevate. Can Legends go back to back?
Oh, I mean, it'd be a 2v3. This would need to be an effect level performance here to win this one out. Elevate
Koi just got rinsed.
They whittled them down to 1 now, and it shouldn't be long.
Elevate! They were waiting patiently around the rock.
They got like 4 kills or something.
Victors for game number 5, and they needed that here too, Gino.
And you can see even in their faces there, Vicky, it wasn't a, triumphant victory. We didn't know we were going to get there. It was just relief. It was, yeah, we expected that. We played that out from the last 10 to 15 minutes. As soon as they dealt with 07,
through with 2nd place and 10 KP. But
Okay, 7 kills? That's not bad. More than I thought.
With 11 KP. That's why you saw them just spamming that ping. Wondering if Riddle Order was able to get a reset here while Madness now moving away. Vaxon's gonna be able to pop that syringe. Keon finally gets finished. And Riddle Order were indeed able to reset. Huge here for this final game for Riddle Order to put themselves on the board, but they also were able to get the Evil Harvester as they're exiting.
yeah, so game 6, they decide not to push their luck, and they're going to try and run it out for just a couple of extra points. Meanwhile, we're getting a very different contest here between TSM and Wonton Dumpling.
How actually trying to commit to this alongside with Verhost here. How's incredibly low, but Reps is a little far away. Actually, with that conduit passive, is going to be able to close in the gap even quicker.
Be a better participant in the world. Okay. I'm always gonna be a piece of shit, so it's not gonna change for me.
PTSD after that last game.
TSM playing this one a little more safely. Howl goes down though. I think that's a 1-for-1 trade.
Oh my god.
It is here. Verhost was able to get Peak God in the process here. Wonton Dumpling versus TSM 2v2. Revs dropping down. He's got the PK waiting for him. He sees it behind the door. Huge
Ooh.
finishing
Good
things
shit.
with the hemlock. Wonton Dumpling gets sent back to the lobby as the first spot in this final game.
Once again, it's the PK to finish them off.
Bro, the PK is so good off spawn, I swear to god.
Don't get the main building, and usually that is the goal. So I can only assume that was, an error in jump mastering for them, but they still bring it back. Awesome way for them to round out this set of games. Of course, they're kind of playing edge anyway, as we see. Very similar circle. This one, though, it's a lot more likely to go, say, Skyhook, or maybe even in between Countdown and Skyhook. As a result, won't be so bad, but still, yeah, like TSM have got a long way to go, so they're kind of going to be playing edge anyway. Don't have to worry about that too much.
Still pulling all the way up to the north side here, though, but looking like so many teams are going to be able to share the real estate over at Skyhook. So in these final circles, you're going to expect to see more of these teams just coexist in the same building. Look at that. 7 hostiles finally scanned on that Bloodhound. Again, Patrick's gonna be able to take some shots to the squad that just landed right alongside them.
Oh God, that was some really
I'll
good
take some of
recoil control
those.
the
Sure.
ultimate from
I need
mid-range
those
there. No side
fucking
either, damn.
done.
Sometimes you don't even need it here. Cash and UA, gonna wait not only on top of the roof, but take that second to last building floor. Boogie Borders. Team that's looking to keep
Boogie
their
Borders.
But they found this building. You're gonna be able to hang out with the Cossack traps. And this goes into that coexisting that we're gonna be expecting with more than 6 other teams that have already rotated over to Skyhook.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Complexity still all the way down with Riddle Order here. Apparently have not made it out of tree just yet. I mean, they're not going to be happy about these ring pulls, of course, having to go all the way across the other side of the map. And because they can't just walk through and perhaps grab some of those Evo Harvesters, maybe that's what they were looking for there. Maybe they wanted the KP from Riddle. Either way, they're going to try and Falcon over the top of them. They should go to one of these balloons to try and continuing their rotate. Or do they actually want to play for the gatekeep on Riddle? Surely not.
Ooh, but at least taking this rotate would
Not
also
again.
be... Oh,
Not
why
again.
is it every single time, always, when it comes to TSM, this is the 3rd different squad to try to attempt to do this to them.
I'm surprised that Waltz is taking the shots that early here, though, actually. I mean, you know, you're holding this choke. You really want someone to come right up and just spring the trap, not be, you know, just taking pot shots at long range, because all that's going to do is force them to go left, where they kind of, you know, they're happy to go there anyway. That's closer towards the ring.
This is about sending a message out here, and it looked like maybe TSM was already trying to go in there for that rotate.
Well, yeah, I guess the other thing was that just
Like,
getting
obviously.
those shots, you can see that actually does give Walty purple armor. So maybe, you know, maybe that was the objective. Maybe it wasn't getting the KP. Maybe it was just securing that early armor advantage.
Even better, too, considering they have that Evo Harvester on their side, south of Fragment East, whereas TSM, now having to fully commit to that Harvester rotate, won't be able to get that Evo Harvester unless they commit to the one that's on the outskirts of the landslide tunnel. We get to still see more of these teams like Heroes with the full blue Evo, with the Gibby too, by the way. I believe the only Gibby that we have in this lobby. But hanging out inside those buildings, and look at this. I said, what, 5 squads before, 6 squads? We could up that number right now, because we have so many teams already taking up these buildings over by Skyhook, whereas BR Demons, a team that is within the top 5, coming in from South America here, are going to be able to still stay by their POI, that is Trials.
All right, so circle shifts northwest. That does make me think it's more likely to be under the Raven. Wouldn't expect it to keep pulling to the west of Trials, but it's well judged. You never know, Vicky.
TSM hearing a little bit of action. Where's my invite, as they're going to be able to take the high ground over Fury in the middle of this rotate now. Fury getting pressured out by the squad that is right behind them, which is Riddle Order, as they try to rotate around Harvester. Managed to at least try to get out of their line of sight, but do TSM want to take this time to engage her? No, they're actually just going to be able to backtrack here, now move along through that vault tunnel.
Well, I guess one of the other reasons, just thinking back to, you know, placement points versus kill points that we've been talking about with TSM, their comp's set up for fighting, right? I mean, they pick this comp not because they want to play it late into the game, they pick it because they have to survive the early game. So maybe that's helping them out with some of these early skirmishes, but then, of course, not giving them the sort of abilities that allow them to make those rotates more easily into the final circles.
And that's the problem with early game 50-50s. When you have to adjust your legend comp to help you come out on top with the early fight, what does that provide in the late game if you are Conduit here? Yes, you can take these early fights in the middle of these rotates, but like you mentioned, that is why we are not seeing those placements. That's why their best placement is 12th place thus far. And we still got 19 spots left in this lobby, and I don't expect this to change anytime soon with the teams, the amount of teams that we have in these Skyhook buildings.
So not Moist here.
Dead air.
Moving up into Skyhook. They're actually going to go the long way around just to grab that Evo Harvester up the back, I think. And because, you know, there are options to disengage if you go this way. If you try and go through the tunnel and someone's there and they trap you in it, it can be very hard to get out of that situation.
Too risky of a rotate, especially with the amount of Cossacks that we have in this lobby. While 07 have the high ground of Trials.
Hopefully they don't give it up this time, Vicky. because they had that last game in the bag. You know, EA honestly should probably drop off a gift package, maybe a nice little basket with some fruits in it there for 07, because you know, realistically, they had that tower from very early on in the game.
Loba up there would be nice.
You can see how easy it was from them to win out in Game 5 with that particular position.
Amphi playing his own little game, making sure that nobody is going to be able to get up top of them through that zip line with not only the caustic trap, but he could use it as some makeshift cover. Complexity, make their rotate. Love how we highlighted the Valkyrie prior and the Rampart. See, this is a change-up though. We saw Nasky with the Sentinel. Well, guess what? This is Monsoon out here trying to track his shots here with the Senti, and he loves that 6 times, by the way. He told us himself, as we see Legends Gaming now involved in a fight, trying to see if they can try to put themselves on top of 19 spots left here. See some knocks happening in the kill feed while Koiful now trying to reset with the bat.
Koiful similar to Easy Flash in that he is a young prodigy. The interception pylon there doing its work. That grenade does not, in fact, hit home. Legends, you can see they're trying to avoid the Watson fences here. Player K setting up his own. They get the reset off after they finally get those fences down, and they've got them here like a rat in a cage.
Oh, but they lose it on straight flame in the process. He gets finished. Yes, they finally finish off Patch and UA, but at what cost right now when they lose out on straight flame and now have to play this out as a duo as the third party have moved in from underneath them?
Is there a Moby res somewhere? They can get back up to the top of the building. Well, they've got other problems. There's another team right on top of them.
Oh,
getting too horny.
Immediately, Legends Gaming.
Made in Heaven.
They get taken out. Made in Heaven have moved into this building, whereas other teams in the distance, Boogie Borders looking at them, Heroes on the other side neighboring this building, as well as Space Station Gaming.
Can you look at the map now? You can see Moist eventually made their way down through the right. You've got 07 trying to keep it up. Oh, it actually does shift.
Wow, that's a terrible pull. Wow.
Look, I had a pin from Ring 2 last game, but this one is definitely surprising me. And I mean, you can see the spread of teams here. I feel like they also weren't particularly sure about it, with some people placing their bets on Skyhook, some on Countdown, and then a couple on Trials as well. So this has definitely been one of the harder circles to read. Maybe not quite as hard as that Jurassic one we had earlier.
Yeah.
That was an absolute, really stumped everyone.
I'm just getting a little taste of deja vu out here with the way that this circle is pulling after the action that we saw from game number 5, where E8 is still alive, by the way, but taking their time to rotate from the north side of Skyhook, trying to avoid a lot of that madness. And it's because they were forced to take that long rotate because of this exact spot that Complexity is in, and have now been able to set up. EA were in the same exact location that they were in the last game, now forced out because of Complexity setting up on the other side of Trials versus on the south side of that rotate that they got pinched.
Yeah, true. This time Complexity had their back to the circle. It's a much more comfortable spot to be in, and they can just crab walk their way in from there. Hopefully not have to deal with
Homeboy just healed right in front of the door. That's something I would do. He's dead. What? He got stuck by that grenade and he didn't die. That's wild.
Well, they've been waiting for this, been waiting to go for the third party. Now this is their opportunity, but they're still rocking full blue eels. Huge prowler shots. Burrows follows up with the Havoc. Hal gets the next stop with the Hemlock. Finish after finish here too. They come in at the perfect time to third party, and look at all the boxes that they have to their feet if they need any extra loot in the next minute in less than 20 seconds.
Yeah, as you say, so much time to get through these death boxes. Often, you know, you'll see the fights occur as the circles close, and you're just looking at those death boxes with like pleading eyes as they, you know, get further and further out of zone. You get no chance at all to reset, but this time, TSM will. Made in Heaven. Wow, that's so many teams have taken over that building in succession now.
That's like 4 in a row. That's pretty crazy.
Still with the Blue Evo are going to be able to look at the action happening in the building. And a lot of teams are going to have to circle their way out of the fight Space Station as well.
I love how Watson's becoming so prevalent because of Caustic. That's huge.
But Zainu has scanned. In the next 5 seconds, he sees him trying to pull off the shield cell or shield bet that was. Boney's trying to get the fall, trying to prevent them from trying to get the reset.
That's huge.
Right through the window. He stops him from trying to get the res. 2 knocked here for Space Station, and Space Station up and alive and healthy, just trying to finish off this fight as quickly as possible, because guess who's waiting for them? It's going to be Elevate, who have already finished that.
Yeah, it's getting rinsed.
Elevate getting into it with Heroes on the other side here, who will come out on top. Bastion going down. It's a little bit of a hermit crab situation over here, honestly. It's just like, you know, that everyone's just like trading out, trading it out for the shell of that building as one team after another.
Wow, no. That's crazy.
Elimination on Heroes as TSM actually plugging from a distance to be a problem here against SSG.
I mean, good luck getting out of this. I mean, especially when you're out in the open, not amount of these bangs will really help you if you can help it. Space Station get taken out. Elevate can't take the evac. It already took too long. They're going to be taking way too
long. Ooh, he beamed him.
Round 4 closing in. Riddle Order also get eliminated here with only Zap alive, literally one shot as he tries to wait and cover, but he's forced to still rotate here. He gets shot in the distance. It's 07 who still have not given up that high ground by Trials.
Nah, they're laughing, but TSM are not, because them and Moist have to go in against both.
Yeah, Moist is getting fucked though.
In much better positions. TSM though, just charging their way through. Havoc on the horse is very much at home with that weapon.
Using everything in their arsenal, from the black hole to the conduit ult here from Revs, but Hal gets taken out. He wasn't alongside Revs and Pearls, and now this is the green light for Fnatic to close in right behind TSM.
Okay, so Fnatic, yeah, there we go. They delete both of those teams. TSM staying alive slightly longer, and now it's between Fnatic.
Not really much they could have done there, except just play a little bit slower maybe. But they can't just sit in that corner, they'll just get rinsed.
MTY taking control over the high ground slightly before Mr. K is forced to drop down for now. Only has that white mag on the bolt. It could be enough. He gets taken down. Shark is one. Fnatic have the health advantage. And MTY get eliminated with 6 squads left.
Yeah, not that much time though. 07 are going to pull off the high ground. I believe they could have stayed up longer if they wanted to, but they don't. They want the KP and they're in.
Oh shit, look at that snap.
That knocks gas to engage on this fight at first, but Amphi's the first to go down. Fnatic get eliminated. Wow. They can't go for the full reset. Huge here for 07.
That said, we've still got some things to sort out here on the north side of the circle. BR Demons, who played from the inside, will be going against Complexity. Let's get a listen in, see if Complexity can hold them off.
This is probably what Alex was talking about.
Why? We need to walk up. We need to walk up to the shot. Yeah, I'm popping a med kit. I'm popping a med kit. Pick all the walls up. Pick all the walls up, Blue. Yeah, I don't have any. Here, I'm
pick all your walls.
We have a bang behind us still though.
Yeah, I know. We'll kill him. We need to set our spot up.
I'm coming.
We're gonna fucking top.
Okay, I'm coming.
This rock.
We need to look behind us for the bang now.
Yep.
Yeah. Our spot is fucking beautiful.
Oh, I know, it's beautiful. Come for a fight.
Come, Kim, come!
Kim. On the wall.
I'm popping it back,
He's 1 HP, bangs 1 in the smoke.
Okay, chill on me. Really good on me.
Top 3 boys, top 3.
Popping a med kit.
Yep, I'm selling. We're gonna get swept from our east, maybe.
No, they can't after the zone, they can't.
Boys, top 3, let's fucking win. 07 come in and
Let's fucking win this.
final kill from the rat exiting out of
That's so funny.
Now trying to fight further along.
So stupid. Just let them talk. Just let them talk. Oh, dude. No way. Yo, Complexity's pissed. No.
They recognize that. Do they come out on top? Yes, but you can see the resignation on Naski's face.
Congratulations to Alliance with a 2-time win. They take the first game and they
Gross. Alliance wins? Yuck.
taking the last game. Your victors for game number 6. No surprise here, just another day at work for Alliance with a huge finishing blow. I mean, this would have been the rotate genome in that.
I'm showing away from you guys, I know.
I'm 6-1.
I'm gonna hold it.
Win these tournaments, I know you.
Absolutely. I mean, that's got to feel good for Alliance, kind of bookending their first performance here in groups, like you were saying, a win at the beginning, a win at the end. Before that, it was Elevate.
Yeah.
Will be dropping into. We're gonna have here to the NTC, Dom Youngpoon and Serenity. You can see up there at the wall. That one's gonna get interesting.
It is, and I would be really scared to.
Oh god, not this fucking guy. What the fuck's this guy's name? He's better than the Aussie though. This guy, I'll give him that. He's growing into a good caster. He used to be so fucking bad. He was so bad. And it's just like they got the two like my two like this what's her name? This Tiffany broad. Oh my god. It's a war of attrition. Like if she like oh dude. Fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. Give me the British guy again. Give me the British guy. I could listen to that guy all day. He should be like an audiobook fucking you know? He could be if they ever did like an audiobook for Harry Potter, he could be Harry Potter. His British accent's just you know? What's up, Rocky? That's my boy. Oh.
Versus Serenity should, I imagine, go TYK's way, but some people have Serenity rated pretty highly. On the other side, Geared and NTC, two teams that I think most people don't really have a good read on where they'll be. Geared has actually done all right in scrims so far, but coming out of South America, they're a pretty underestimated region typically, and there's a reason why we haven't seen a lot of South American teams hit top 5.
Well, here in Los Angeles, I just have this feeling that the underrepresented teams, or maybe the underdogs, are going to come out to play. You've got Aurora getting their ever-familiar Sinnoh Day Cave, LG all the way up at Zeus, but Red Rams landing Lightning Rod. Now, I've actually been watching a good bit of their POVs during scrims throughout the past couple months, and I've been loving everything that I've witnessed. They will be contesting TSM later in some different groups, and you know, that's been looking pretty fire.
Yeah, when Red Rams started contesting TSM in scrims, I was like, oh, okay, like who does that? Who's actually going to be able to take this POI away? And they, at least for the very first day, mopped the floor with them. Red Rams are a terrifying fighting team to go up against, as I think we've really emphasized in this group. We should be focusing on 3v3s and really quick paces of play. I think my concern might be that the edge is going to be very crowded in a lobby like this, with a lot of teams wanting to play around the outside and take advantage of weaknesses. Who's actually going to be left playing zone?
Hey, we'll have to find out, but adaptability is key. And when we were speaking to a lot of our teams as we go through Legend Select, we see the Grim Reaper himself still going with the lifeline. You cannot make a change here, but it is time. Map number 1 of groups A and B, Los Angeles. Let's hear it.
The
first couple of minutes of the map should be teams getting set up, finding some scans, but as we talked about, those contests towards the northern end of the map are going to be where we're focusing. Wall and checkpoint, especially Wall, should be going pretty quickly. There's always the chance to split some of these POIs, but that gets pretty punishing.
Well, when you start looking at that plane line cutting from west to east, it looks like Wall will be that first kind of action, and we'll jump on here.
Odin base and the key back to back.
Running that
Take out.
locking it in, having the radiant transfer available to just kind of make that happen. Now, granted, she did get the cooldown reworked, a little bit of a nerf to elongate that out, but for Serenity, patience is a virtue.
As you're talking about,
Temptation will hurt you.
With the actual tactical of Conduit can win you contests because of the nerf that she received. So when you see panic uses of it in the early game, that's where you can ultimately be throwing your fight. On the other side, checkpoint looking pretty good for Geared.
Ooh, PK in hand. All right, Panic, let's see what you got.
Ooh.
End it. NTC eliminated, and Geared already finding themselves a nice KP.
Very dialed in, and a squad that many would have underestimated.
This kid should be healing instead of looking around. He's literally 2 bullets from
South
death.
American team, as I mentioned earlier, a region that typically does not get a lot of respect, but we're one of the teams to qualify out of that region and did so in style with great zone play.
Seems as that is the first team out of the lobby. TYK and Serenity might have put up a nice little waving of a white flag and are going to disengage, but I love that Ziki is still holding high ground here in the building, looking to make sure, hey, that they actually did leave the wall.
It will mean that Serenity start rotating a little earlier than TYK, who will be forced to play around the edge. There's a chance for Serenity to try and play hard zone if they can find a ring console to use or some sort of way to get data on the way. Unfortunately for even TYK though, Wall hasn't spawned with one itself, and they'll be relegated to moving around the rest of the map to try and hit survey beacons and the like for a little bit of information. Disguised made a quick rotate into checkpoint, likely
I forgot this.
Well, it makes really sense, right?
Bro, I forgot this guy just was at land.
The survey beacon available to them. They pop that, know they're on blue shields, and immediately start to put pressure and moves onto the teams that were in checkpoint, right? If they would have arrived any earlier, they could have been a third party to this contest, but now with the high ground, you're disengaging, and this is what they thrive on, that aggressive nature, which is why I thought it was interesting, but I thought Design with a charge rifle in hand, man's gotta snipe that out.
On a map like Stormpoint, charge rifle.
An ancient shard.
You're right.
Dude, what the hell?
Way that they like to frag out. It isn't the best secondary weapon. Seems to have opened things up nicely enough as Geared is still on the run, and with Rena still on whites, there's not a whole lot of disengaged potential here. Geared can't jump to the low ground anymore, even as Rena does so, abandoning his teammate on the high ground. This should be Disguised picking up at least 1 kill.
Well, you throw an enemy on the conduit, able to get that radiant transfer straight over Design to keep him in the fight, and albeit enemy does go down, but they cannot rip Design off the high ground. We're just looking to finish that up. A shotgun though, so we know not to get too close. A little bit of smoke and a pinch.
Oh, come on, hit him. Hit him. Thank you.
Timmy's the one that ultimately cleans things up with the Mastiff. Another trade as Panic takes him down, leaving things just with Designful. Another Arc Star to try and secure this victory. 25 HP goes down to the Arc Star. And Geared Gaming will ultimately fall without ever leaving the POI they dropped in.
That's kind of rough.
But here comes the reset for Disguise. The radiant transfer going through. Timmy getting picked up, and despite expending the energy barricade to try and stave off that push, they were just able to approach that engagement with Geared from all different sides, and the way they just kind of pieced them together, it was nice control that I like to see out of Disguise.
It was, and you can tell that Geared, unfortunately, just weren't set up to fight them after the early 50-50, didn't have the loot, didn't have the information. Disguise got to take advantage of that, and 2R1C, who we have yet to actually spot in this game.
Bro, Lifeline and comp, you just love to see it. I don't even care.
Have a lifeline with a turbocharged Devo. That's one of the most horrifying things you can have here. Frag under the door, backs away, looks for a reposition here. It's
Okay, I don't want to be mean, but this guy looks like a fucking crackhead. This guy's definitely popping Adderall or sniffing coke or some shit, bro. Telling you that right now.
Has to step away through the smoke. In comes your crypto player. But look, they're not necessarily
Oh my god.
worried about this. We're just letting the Devo eat life.
With Micey down, no lifeline means no reses, means no resets to R1C. Now really on the ropes.
But this is why we told you
Nice thermite.
is absolutely one of the scariest 3v3 fighting teams in my humble opinion. And with Patch and Tico still up, focusing on getting re-stabilized there and
Restabilize.
stay stabilized. I can't even say it. They're just taking my brain out.
It's going to be difficult for...
Stick to the war of attrition, girl.
What is it with the stabilize?
Yeah, that was me. You're right. You're right.
Unfortunately for them, having been fully chased down, Uchako can't get away. It would have been great
Damn.
to be able to take the grab cannon, but Red Rams very much identified the one escape option that 2R1C had.
Yep, they'll leave here, and this is a perfect place for them to hit the reset. You have the respawn beacon, you've got a survey beacon as well, so that will give you all the information for the rest of the lobby and where this zone will be going. For now, we can see that Kenotrope has moved into Pylon, and if that's the case, that means we're going to be relatively south for our next zone.
Very true. It does look like this one's going a little bit further towards Barometer, as so many teams are set up here already. Whether you're running a Ring Console Legend to try and figure your way into the zone that way by prediction, or going for survey beacons instead and going with everyone else. At this point, the only answer seems to be Barometer. And it's interesting that Kenotrope are playing around the edge and sitting in Pylon for a little while, perhaps waiting things out for more information off the consoles that have spawned there.
And as that next pull comes in, yet again, Barometer. Now, I know we've had some time to run through essentially a ring guesser stability. So where are we thinking that it's going to move to? We've seen this ending towards Alienware. That was the open water where TSM and DZ were kind of battling it out. We've also seen it pull directly to the buildings where Oxygen Esports has positioned themselves. And that's a very familiar and also scary zone for them. You think back to match point for them. That is where Vayne was solo going through it. But back on over to Aurora, my pack to win. Hardeki, when your lifeline goes down first, it's going to be up to Oirein and Impulse to kind of throw it back. Can we get this res straight off? Don't have a smoke, but we're about to get one for the reset here.
Doesn't look like there are a lot of
You should. I was gonna say he should have bang ulted.
Goes down to the Sentinel. It does miss out on the full thirst, but Hardeki likely going to fall completely with no respawn beacon in sight for Aurora.
That's going to be one of the scariest things for them. Now, if there's one thing that Aurora is so good at, is even though Sang Jun and a Rogue Sentinel are going to put the finishing touch onto Hardeki, they have so much life in them. The craziest resets that they're able to get thanks to Lifeline being a support character, and they will just go through, hit the crafting, or grab the banner, which I'm sure they were able to do. But for Cloud9, this position that they've really engaged in, I have been so invested in Sauce and his ability to IGL and grow as a team. Really curious to see how they bring it to the stage.
Sauce has been playing since year one, and in a weird way, it feels like Cloud9 and Sauce alongside them has hit their peak in scrims in the past couple of weeks. This is the perfect time to be farming lobbies. For them, since they're set up in Barometer, this could be a good game to start things off. They've already bullied a team like Aurora out of the next ring, and Aurora don't have access to a great spot to respawn. They've called in a beacon for now, but will they actually get enough time to pick up the respawn? It looks like they will as Hardeki's incoming.
Hey, that's so nice that Oirein with the Hemlock is able to really fend off MDY White's rotation, because they were the one that were trying to funnel down through that choke point, and that is all that he had to focus on. Now Hardeki incoming. I'm not surprised about the red shield already, because when you start filtering in a lot of those care packages from Lifeline, you get that Evo cash upgrade that will take you all the way up. And that is one of my favorite things. Aurora will be on triple red before you even know it.
Reds are nice. It does hurt that Hardeki's not going to have any attachments on his gun.
Yo, Mikey, what's up, dog?
Get back into the fight with nearly the same effectiveness as Aurora would have had when they were coming fully looted out of Cedo. Instead, a little bit hamstrung for a moment, as you mentioned, perhaps an HP advantage that a team like Virtus Pro just doesn't have.
We should probe that sector.
Really happy. Pricey, Sharky, Way back on the main stage, and they've got that third ring information. And I think that is a very strong differentiating factor between a lot of our squads. Usually you'll hit a ring console, you'll make your decision based off that second zone, and you'll hit the rotate. But then we've seen some of the most atrocious pulls in the history of ALGS over the past few months, and having that third ring information to hedge your rotation on is so much nice.
Something that, unfortunately, Team like Disguised won't be operating with, but they are moving around the edge of the ring. Squad at their back, TYK likely gonna have to go in the opposite direction as the ring should cut these teams off from each other. Clearing DSG's back without them really having to do anything. They just held a spot that ultimately now is gonna be out of zone, and TYK didn't want to risk throwing their
Not too
first
late to the
game by
stream. No,
following
man,
up
be
on
up
it.
for a bit.
Instead, taking the long route around the other side and ultimately gonna be approaching the zone from the north.
Trope here. I love that we're barreling out the high ground. Want to make sure that no one can climb up there without getting a little bit of a repercussion. But for now, Tappy, Miyake, Arufa, this squad. Now, Miyake and One Tappy, you'll notice them from former Riddle, and they have just really stayed together to bring along an excellent performance. And I've been really hoping that the other regions, more in particular the APAC north side of things, take the win at the end of the week. So I'm always keeping my eyes out.
This is a squad with Kinotrope that I am really excited for because these seem to be the
Homie's got a fucking
that were underestimated, that were sort of cast off in trying to make the perfect
rampage,
North
bro.
team. And so teams like Tapping Miyake, see what they can do. MDY White already starting to move down and pick a fight, one they've got to clean up quickly with 40 seconds left on the ring.
Now this is where things get really tough. If you are this far outside of zone, trying to take this isolated 3v3, of course you're not going to get third party for likes, but you have to think about your rotation after that. He's going down, now Legacy, we've got
Oh, bro, that Devo.
But MDY White's phase you with the Devo. It's not even Havoc season anymore. Just pick up a Devo, Serenity Fall.
That was pretty quick, and they even gave them the ring around the rosy. Serenity taking height for a moment, forcing MDY up there. We were all running around a little hamster wheel of life in Cedo. Unfortunately for Serenity, MDY White come out on top of that. Now, however, their problems are even larger. They've expended not just a lot of time, but a lot of cooldowns on this fight that they're now going to need to fight through the north into Barometer.
And I think that's a very solid point, right? You always want to make sure that you've got those ult excels, that you have your ultimates available for your next engagement. We do have an evac tower to assist in the rotation. Should you feel safe, the position behind the tree and that along the fence line is very solid, but it just seems that Aurora cannot catch a break. And as they've separated out just a little bit, they didn't take any shield cracks per se, but we bring out the Beast of the Hunt, immediately start scanning. Now is the time to set up shop.
Oh shit, dude. He just got rinsed.
It's just tough. You got the entirety of C9 pushing into a duo.
Playing off the low ground now, Aurora don't have many choices.
Holy.
Building seems to be safe for them momentarily as Hardeki takes a chunk but manages to survive. This could be pushed by C9.
Yeah, they're getting run down.
C9 for this height, and in they come, wanting to clean up yet another squad.
Oh, all right, Chaotic. Welcome to Los Angeles, man. This is a great position for them to hold. You've cleared out your back. You've taken down Hardeki, which is the lifeline, who had the mobile respawn. Should they have been able to even get the banner? Disguised, for the meanwhile, will fall to a multitude of different squads as they just get picked apart. Now, this is what I'm really excited about, this MDY White approach straight into Cloud9. They just finished off that last fight, and now Mingyu wants to get a piece of it, but you can just see how much damage gets whittled.
Oh, no way.
They're not going to be able to do it, and they use out on LQ in the meantime.
LQ falling also means
That's huge, honestly. That kid's gonna be able to get pushed now. Yeah. Toes. Ooh, nice spray.
You know, this is going to be a really good, solid first LAN experience at that point for Sauce, right? You come in, you start frying, you take down one heavy hitting squad, you take down another, and you just really...
Bro, these guys are frying right now.
...to Aurora, and they do just that.
Aurora played that pretty well, picking up at least one KP when perhaps they
That's fucking crazy.
Few minutes. So they do trade their lives, but for a guaranteed point. Tough game for Aurora in game one, but nothing compared to the time that Dark Zero is having.
You know, sometimes I almost forgot they were here. I almost forgot. You know, we had Lace up on the desk talking about Dark Zero.
Dude, I forgot Dark Zero was even in this tournament. Lol. No way, Sykes is gonna die. Oh, Zero's gonna die. I lied. Oh, dude, they're getting rinsed here. They're in this bad spot. They're just in a bad spot. He's dead.
Oh, the nades as well. This is suffering of another level for Jen. I wonder how he's feeling now.
Probably pretty good.
He's dead.
He's fine.
Okay.
I'll just pull out my next side.
most likely.
This is fine. Everything's fine, right? We've seen crazier things happen. We're gonna hit this med kit a little.
That's crazy. Nice way to stay alive. Dead.
From behind, it's the man himself.
I feel as though DZ is gonna choke this land, man. And then they're gonna get super mad, and DZ is just gonna split apart. Calling it.
That includes a lot of our North American squads. C9 and DZ, the prime examples. Oxygen.
I'm sorry, Rocky. I'm being loud right now. Oxygen. Aiden. Aiden's got the leans going.
Elsewhere, Omid, Reject have fallen, but Oxygen, this is their home. Now think back to when they were able to reclaim Barometer from themselves.
Liquid Alienware? Wait, Nazul and them got picked up by Liquid? What? It's good for them.
Liquid Alienware, which might I add, those jerseys look fire. I love seeing Legacy go through Liquid Alienware, and it's now time to start their legacy.
Yo, good for them. Let's go, baby.
Wish I could see them in red right now. Liquid Alienware, for all that they fight well, haven't managed to pick up any kills so far. Just now we're thinking about pulling off a third party. Na'Vi overlooked this, however. All three of these squads will have to move to the east for the next ring. The east, where Red Rams are kings.
Look, we talked about it. They're not contested over there in Lightning Rod. A decent rotation.
Tyler FPS, Matafe, Na'Vi.
Yet they have found themselves with such a priority place in that next zone. But for Na'Vi, who have to fight their way through it, clearing their left side, their biggest threats, Matafe, the IGL, on that 30-30 to allow that opening damage. I think historically back.
You got the nice caustic ult, dude. Oh, that's huge.
They are. They've got to throw it down, and they jump to the low ground. The ring at that team's back, and they will not be able.
Oh, no way.
But this is tough right now. We got Kinda here. Now you guys in the audience will know him from his
Dude, that was a huge caustic ult. That was really good. That was really good.
Trades are so bad for Na'Vi, though. They're going to go down. Nothing they can do after trying to clear their.
I was good for getting KP.
4 teams left versus Pro, still alive, trying to make it 3, but in the course of this, may very well make it 2. Kenotrope have now fallen. It's Red Rams and Crazy.
Oh, they're dead. They got the worst rotation imaginable right here.
They just keep on throwing down the
Bro.
damage, but there's only
One guy's old as hell. What the fuck?
when you must throw down in the open water into the loving arms of Red Rams, who are just looking to pick up every bit of KP as they take down VP. Now with a good scan to get the positioning on where that remaining squad is.
Oh, that's GG.
Red Rams has all the space.
This is the best possible scenario for Red Rams. The bank smoke clouding their vision for a moment. Note the rock that they've already got priority over when compared to Crazy Raccoon, who with Watson don't have the ability to really take space in the same way. Watson can control it once you have it, but she's very bad at actually being aggressive. These arc stars that they're throwing is the last ditch effort of Crazy Raccoon to get some sort of safety. They play the rock that Red Rams had. They find the first knock.
No way.
Looking for more. I love that Jung. He already had the pylon ready to throw it down, but takes too much damage. But despite Red Rams having all the space,
No, it's huge.
swarms in and takes.
That was a good game for them. Damn. That was a nice little dub.
Pull off something that should have been a whole lot harder. Red Rams
That's what I'm saying.
towards the bottom 10, but just